Okie dokie. Hey, we are live. How you doing, everybody? It's Bruce here. Stock Markets with Bruce. Welcome to Friday, October the 8th, 2021. It's option expiry day for a bunch of you out there. Going to see how all this works out. Friday. There we go. Welcome one, welcome all from around the world to Palm Desert, California. Loving life here in Palm Desert. Everything about Palm Desert is there, coming true as I hoped it would, coming through as I hoped it would. Very calm weather, warm, but cooling off at night, and that is accelerating now as the days are getting shorter and the daily high temperatures are falling now under the 100s. We're now only into the high 80s, low 90s for a brief amount of time, and in the overnights we're going to be pushing 60s and 50s not too long from now. It's amazing how quickly it changes here from super hot to very comfortable and then cool. Quite nice. Quite looking forward to it. The grass on the golf courses here and some of the lawns, it's this annual turnover time. They call it, I think it's called scalping. They basically cut the water off, and the grass turns dead yellow very quickly, and they reseed, and the new seeds take hold, and a different kind of grass starts growing in, and after a few weeks of shutting off the water, they turn the water back on again, and oh my, the new seed just grows in so quickly, replacing the dead grass that they've already kind of removed. They sort of, I don't know how they do it. It's amazing how they go from one variety to another, but the golf course goes from lush green to yellow to lush green in the matter of a month and a half or something like that. It's an incredible turnover. And now you have the winter grass, and then you get ready for next spring, do it again. It's incredible. Of course, they're experts around here how to do it. They know how to handle the desert conditions, and they do it well. Absolutely fabulous here. People are asking me about my teeth, and I should say thank you for asking. It was an excruciating time in Calgary. I had 5 dental treatments in less than 2 weeks to get it all out of the way before I came down here, including taking out an old wisdom tooth that had broken apart in the last year or so. All is well. We're improving dramatically. The pain level is the constant pain level is gone. The throbbing pain level, that's gone. Now it's just a matter of being very careful what you eat with respect to temperature changes. So having this right here, having my cola with some ice cubes in it, love the cool taste, love the cool temperature, but do not try to eat one of those ice cubes inside there, because whoa, out of control. So we're coming around, and thanks for asking. What's going to happen today in the markets is what you're here for, what I'm here for, trying to explain to you in plain English what's going on. We have the Dow is up 49 points, nothing dramatic, not a bad start to the day, not a great start to the day. We were looking for the job reports. Did they revise them? August payrolls, 366 up from 235. That is a disappointment. I think July went up to 1,091,000 from 1,053,000, but I have a feeling that the unemployment rate at 4.8%. I'm just looking at CNBC on my TV over here. Don't mind the side of my head. Unemployment rate 4.8%. The Dow Jones futures are up 50 to 52 now. They're climbing. I think what's going on here is, there are more jobs being created in the United States. Absolutely. The problem is that we're not overheating the economy. We added 194,000 jobs. When I say we, being in the U.S. right now, the U.S. added 194,000 jobs in September. The forecasts were 500,000. Last month, it was about 235,000 that were added. The forecast was 720. And so for 2 months in a row, the U.S. is not adding the number of jobs that were forecast to be created, even though from last month to this month, they called for 200,000 fewer jobs to be created in the first place. The U.S. didn't even match that. So from 200 whatever thousand to 190,000, it's slowing down. And this is the hidden elephant in the room that is keeping policymakers awake at night, bondholders, and all kinds of interest rate watchers and economy, you name it. Um, the American economy is what it's all about for the rest of the planet because Americans are consumers. And the consumers of this country are hungry to consume if given the opportunity. But there are certain things that are not available right now. And one of the things that's not available to most Americans is peace of mind. And that you can't just identify easily. But when I say peace of mind, I'm talking about how Americans are worried about this Delta variant, the COVID. They're worried about the next one. There's talk now of another variant coming through that will possibly become the winter problem. And we're wondering how nasty is the next one going to be. The last one was nasty. What about the next one? And with anti-vaxxers just raising all kinds of whatever, this is not going away. And so the thinking was, well, sure, there's anti vaxxers, but you know what? They'll be a minority. And the rest of us will be inoculated. We'll get our booster shots shortly. We'll be fine. And we will go about our business and we will go about our daily lives and, go forth and multiply. The problem is that the number of anti vaxxers is an issue and it is holding up the economy. It's kind of like going on a rowboat, for a pleasant little row in the park, not knowing that on the bottom of the rowboat is a rope that is attached to the bottom of the boat. You don't even know it's there. And on the bottom of the rope, at the end of the rope is an anchor and it's dragging along the bottom of the lake. And you're kind of doing this, and it's all good, but geez, you're not kind of really going. You're moving, but you're not moving at the speed you thought you'd be moving. And it's a little harder. And that's what's happening. The American economy, I will guess right now, about 3/4 of Americans are dragging a quarter of the Americans who aren't participating in the program. And this is having an effect. And it's having an effect in job creation, in consumer consumption, in spending, and it's having an effect in the hospitals and in emergency wards. And this will continue. This is not going away. This isn't going to magically just evaporate into the ether. It's not like it's a cold season that goes away magically. No, this virus loves to find innocent hosts to live in and thrive in, and then find other hosts to live in and thrive in. And as long as there are enough deniers out there, people not willing to participate in the program, the virus will thrive. And it's invisible. You can't smell it. You can't taste it. You can't tell, looking at one individual versus another individual in a grocery line, whether they have it or not. They don't know if they have it or not. They don't actually know if they have it. Do you have the virus in you? You don't know. Unless you get fully blown tested in a real controlled environment, you don't know. Out in real life, we don't know. So the economies are running at 75, 80% of normal. We've got supply chain problems. We have employers having problems finding employees. We have employees who are not willing to go back to the old ways. And can you blame employees for that? No, you can't, especially those on the lower end. Look, if you have a great job in a great office environment with great fellow employees, phenomenal benefits, satisfaction guaranteed whenever you go to work, why wouldn't you want to go back to that? Sure. But you're one of the 5%. You're in the top 5% of the working force. Everything's going for you. You're making big money. You're working hard. You're making good money. Bonuses are there. Benefits are there. Everything's great. The other 95% of the planet, which are the folks that you pass from home to your office, through certain neighborhoods, these are the folks that you pass along the way that are living in cardboard boxes, living in homeless shelters, living in RVs because they can't afford the rent in your area. The folks that you don't see, who are living, 6 people to a 1-bedroom, 8 people to a 2-bedroom. You don't see those folks. You don't hang out with these people. These are the folks that if they can get a job, everything they make, they spend to survive. Everything. They have no extra cushion. They have no vacation. There's no such thing as vacation. It's a 52-week a year survival program. They're the ones who are struggling to get through. They're the ones who are looking right now at the job prospects, and some, not all, but some of these folks have an opportunity to work for more rather than work for less. And they're taking advantage of it. Why wouldn't they? I do it. You do it. Absolutely, you'd work for less, work for more rather than less. There are firms like the Amazons and the Targets and the others who are advertising that we're paying more per hour, we're offering more benefits, we're doing sign-up bonuses, we're doing retention bonuses, anything and everything to steal people from other companies. There are a lot of companies out there who have begun to come out and say, we're not doing drug testing anymore. If you have traces of marijuana in your system, we don't care. Like, we're just going to hire you anyway, because more and more states are adopting this allowable. It's become an absolute farce with regards to the drug rules out there. More and more jurisdictions, depending on where you are, not all, are looking at drugs as not a criminal activity, but more as a medical problem, as something to treat, to help people get through and get over, rather than put them in jail and then let them withdraw and they'll be fine, because they aren't fine. Anyway, that's another whole other discussion. There's a lot of folks out there in the middle between the destitute and the very well-to-do, or the reasonably well-to-do. There's that middle group, and a lot of you who watch me are there. You're right in that middle area right there. You're not broke, but you're not doing great, but you're doing all right. You're paying your bills, but you kind of want a boost to your lives. You would like to have more control over your lives. You're watching me, trying to figure out, has he got something that he can help us with? You're the folks who are watching me, I think, predominantly. All of our channels, my channel and many other channels, we all have our niche. And my niche is a certain group of investors who are looking to better their lives and are trying to figure out what's the angle here. How can I make this work for me? What can I do? And my angle to you, and my advice to you is, like I said yesterday, utilize the assets you have to maximize returns, to minimize your dependence on working for a living for someone else. The more you can be self-employed, the better. If you can literally set yourselves up in such a way that you incorporate yourselves, or you create a corporation that becomes an investment company, and it might own, well, I don't know, it might own you might have a rental property. You put your rental property into a corporation. You now invest through your corporation. You make investments through it, and it hires you on maybe a salary basis, a contract basis, or whatever kind of arrangement you want to make with your own company, where you're not an employee of the company. You don't have deductions every 2 weeks. You don't have to do all that. You are, in effect, an expense of the company. You're an expense. You're going to charge the company a fee for your services, which might be negotiable every month or every quarter, every year. And the company has expenses that it pays pre-tax. And this is the secret to success, because all politicians in this North American world we live in love corporations. They seem to hate people, but they love corporations. Corporations are what funds political campaigns, by the way, and that's why politicians love companies. So if your company is called, ABC Investment Corp, or Mountain Investing, whatever you want to call it, the taxman, the politician, many people view this as a solid, believable entity to work with. And the company, the corporation you have, is allowed to write off certain expenses to exist. It's incorporation fees every year. It's registration fees. It's auditing and bookkeeping expenses, of course. Any salaries it pays out, or contract work it pays for. Internet expenses, equipment like computers and telephones, anything that it needs is a deduction. Electronic connectivity, telephone bills, internet expense, on and on it goes. And it also has to pay rent. Companies need to pay rent. They need to be based somewhere. They need secretarial services. They need mail handling services. They need corporate services, and this can be done through another corporation that could be established. And that might be your children, or that might be your spouse. There's a second company that services the first company, and it handles all of its secretarial needs, all of its bookkeeping needs, all of its mail needs, all of its day-to-day expenses. And this is a legitimate write-off. This comes off the top before taxes. In effect, you have all these deductions for taxes, which could be property taxes, a percentage of that, percentage of the home insurance costs that you have. Might be a percentage of the entire household expenses. It might be 1/3 of all your expenses can be written off or can be paid for by a corporation before it pays taxes. In effect, leaving you with now only 2/3 of the expenses of your household to pay from your quote salary. Where right now your salary is paying all of your household expenses after you pay taxes. And so, of course, if you earn $1 and pay 30% in taxes to all the governments out there, you have 70 cents left to pay all of your expenses. If, however, your expenses are no longer 100%, they're now only 70% of what they were, or 60% of what they were, your after-tax income now only pays 60% of the expenses you used to have instead of all the expenses. That's like getting a raise. In effect, you don't have to pay yourself as much internally from your company to you, because the 30% taxes you used to pay on the total you earned, now you're only paying taxes on maybe 70% of what you generate. It's a different structure. And grab a piece of paper and a pencil and grab a calculator and figure it out. Talk to a tax professional and figure out the best way to handle this. Now, whether, like I said before, if you have already a rental property, or you're renting the basement of your house to somebody, you're renting your garage for storage to somebody, you have ways of bringing in revenue from an asset you have. Then you have your other assets, which could be cash, 401ks, Roth IRAs, assets you've acquired through your work. These you're now going to put them to work. And this is where we've been talking about writing options on the markets to bring in cash bring in cash for your corporation, which pays its expenses and pays you. Gives you an income level coming in from another angle that you haven't had before, which might allow you to quit or back off from either a full-time job plus a part-time job, or the two of you, husband and wife, both are working full-time and both working part-time, or one of you are working 2 jobs, one of you is working 1 job. There's ways to adjust this that might really benefit you. And this is what's happening in the world right now. This unemployment report on CNBC, this is no surprise. Not to me. It's no surprise whatsoever. Why would middle-class Americans go right back to the drudgery of commuting into the office 40 minutes, an hour and 40 minutes each direction, 5 days a week, only to be worked to death, to be told that you can't have the 2 weeks holiday you want because someone else gets it because they have more seniority than you, only to find that the bonus at the end of the year is a 2% bonus and not a 6% bonus, only to find out that the corporation that you thought was loyal to you is not loyal to you. All they're doing is every year is they're laying off more people and automating more product, and or they're hiring contract workers every year to replace loyal in-house workers. In other words, they're eliminating you from existence sooner or later. Why are you giving them any of your time? Because you had to. You had to give them your time. You were trapped. Maybe you were trapped by their health plan. Maybe you were trapped by the fact that you couldn't find a better job. That's not the case anymore. You're now able to look around and go, hey, I can work from home. And there are hundreds of companies that are willing to hire people who are willing to work from home, as opposed to dozens or a few hundred or a few single companies in the past. Now there are hundreds that want to do it. 70% of corporate America have already figured out they're not going back to normal. They've already figured it out. We're not going back to normal. We're now going to go with the new normal. The new normal is lower head counts at head office and regional offices, more head counts outside of the office. And this is where you might be able to come in and make this work, whether it's one or both of you at home, or however you're doing it. And or you may find that, I'll tell you something, Bruce. I used to work an hour and a half away from my home every day, commuting to and from. I found out that if I just work in my neighborhood, I can actually work. Get this, I can actually work at a Starbucks serving coffee and becoming eventually the manager of this little location over here. I make more money with these guys than I did downtown because I'm not spending 3 hours commuting back and forth to downtown anymore. I'm not driving my car, I'm not parking it, I'm not maintaining it, I'm not buying the gas. I am taking a bike to my local Starbucks shop or whatever job you have locally. I have reduced my expenses to get to work by 90%. I'm home in 10 minutes. I have a life. And the amount of money that I make there versus how much I used to make over here, less all the expenses to make that money, I'm actually ahead of the game. And I don't need the title of regional vice president of crap from the Northeast because it's a meaningless title. Everyone has a meaningless title. It's a nothing burger. I'm schlepping coffee, or I'm schlepping this, or I'm doing that. It's the money, baby. How much money are you paying me for my time? What's my time worth to you? Right now, there are employers in your area that they will kill to get your talent because you aren't a punk anymore. You're a responsible person and you're always on time and you understand plain English. You're reading and writing. You can do the reading and writing stuff. This is pretty good. Yeah, there's some upside here. But again, a lot of you are figuring out I can work from home, sitting in front of my computer, keep an eye on the market with Uncle Bruce over here, and I can work on my stuff over here. I can actually make more money doing this than being an employee. I also, you figured out, I can be a contract worker. I'd rather be a contract worker and not be employed by anybody. I don't want to be employed by a company. I'm prepared to have a retainer with a company. I'll give them 10 hours a week of my time. They're committing to me. They will pay me 10 hours a week of work every week. Beyond that, it's billable on a project by project basis. And what you're beginning to find out in some cases, some of you are beginning to figure out that instead of charging by the hour for work, you're charging by the project for work. And there are some projects that you can do a lot faster than others. And so if the firm has a budget of 6 hours for a job at so much an hour, and you can do that in 3 hours, you just made double the money because you got the work done. That's the bottom line. You got the work done the way they like it done. They pay for it. So if you're a faster employee than someone else, you're going to make double the money from home, where you don't have to disclose that to anybody. You're just doing project by project pricing and quoting. This is where you can get yourself a big fat pay raise for being a much more efficient worker than someone else is. Because in the office, remember, back in the office, you were surrounded by 10, 20, 40, 100, however many thousands of employees, and you were all classified as a certain level employee, which means this is how much you get, this is all you're going to get, these are your benefits, and shut the hell up. And at the end of the year, you'll be lucky to get a 1 or 2 or 3% cost of living increase like everybody else, and shut the hell up. Well, if you now can be a corporation and you're now quoting work to be done, there are companies out there who will say, look, we don't have 1,000 employees in the office anymore. We're using 400 people on the outside to do the work of 1,000. And even if we pay those folks double what we would have paid them here in the office, we're still spending less money than having 1,000 of these folks. Because having 1,000 people running a department in-house meant we needed another 150 people to watch those 1,000 people. Then we needed 20 people to watch the 150 people. And we needed 5 people to watch the 50, and so on. And these people are the top dollar people. We don't have that anymore. We have 400 people now. And in the office, we don't even have people in the office watching the 400 people. We have people at home watching the 400 people. That's what we're doing here. We are reducing our overheads at every level we can as a corporation, which is what they do. That's their job. But they don't mind if you quote a project that is 8 hours, you quote them an 8-hour job at so much an hour, and they say, yeah, that's okay. You can do that job in 3 hours. That's your game. The company is happy with the work. You're happy with the upside. This is where the world has changed. This unemployment report is not the beginning. It's already the middle of what is the new normal. This is going to be the new normal. We're going to continue to see, I think, employment numbers not match expectations because these analysts, I'm not picking on CNBC, I'm talking about the analysts as a whole. They're old school. They're thinking about everything going back to normal. Nothing is going to go back to normal ever again. It's over. Normal left town last year. Keep this in mind too. Your lifetime of employment has a certain amount of time to it. Typically, if you've graduated college by age 25, let's say, I'm just averaging it out, and you're going to work until you're 65, that's a 40-year life expectancy of work. It's a 40-year career expectancy. That means every year that goes by, 1/40th of your working career has gone. It's gone. Time takes it away. Well, 1/40th is 2.5% a year. And we're now entering our second year of this COVID thing. It's going to be 2 years in January coming up. This is October, kids. We're about to hit 2 years. That means 5% of the typical worker's lifetime has been lost forever to this virus. 5%. So if you haven't been in the office since February of last year, and you're not going to be in the office till at least February next year, 5% of the amount of time that you were going to spend there in your working career is gone forever. And it's not coming back. And the analysts are not getting it. They keep thinking that everyone will come back. Remember this, whatever age you were, all right, you're 2 years older now, going to be. Whatever age anyone else was, they're 2 years older as well. So all the 60-year-olds that were 60 at the beginning of this virus, they're now 62. They were supposed to retire at, again, 60, or let's put it this way. If they were 65, they're 67 now, they should be retired. If they were 63, they're 65 now, and they should be retiring. The 60-year-olds are going to be 62, and on it goes. So the last 5 years of work for folks, this is the end of the boomer generation, these folks are evaporating in front of employers' eyes. These are the most experienced employees there are. These are the ones who have all the knowledge. These are the ones who've had 10 jobs over their lifetime. They know all the competition. They know all the tricks. They're gone. They're evaporating. They're walking away. There's always attrition anyway. In the first 10 years from age 25 to 35, the number of employees that die of natural causes, car accidents, drug overdoses, whatever, is relatively low. The last 10 years of work, from age 55 to 65, the number of employees that can't work anymore for a million reasons, whether it's natural death or accidental death, or whether it's Alzheimer's, or whether it's a cancer, just life, just being 55, that's higher. That's why insurance rates are much higher for older people. So the last 10 years of your working career are the most risky for you and your employer, because employers are going, we don't like hiring 55-year-olds because they get sick too often, or they're too smart. They know how many days off they get and they take it, where the 25-year-olds are just so happy to be here. They're working their butts off and they don't question anything. They like to hire the young kids unless they have to hire a 57-year-old with all that knowledge. And the reality is, in the last 2 years, from age 55 to 65, a huge chunk of those people are not coming back. There is no return to normal. It's over. And so these analysts here are having a tough time trying to figure out where interest rates going to go, what's going to happen to inflation, what's going to happen to the employment report, what's going to happen to labor force. The labor force has changed forever. And many of you who are 30, 35 to 50, those of you in that grade group, you're looking at this as a golden opportunity to really make a move, because you're realizing, 5% of the workforce time has evaporated. All the 63-year-olds and older are gone. They're pretty well not coming back. A lot of the 60 to 65-year-olds from 2 years ago, very few of them are going to be eager to go back to work downtown or anything like that. There's openings. There's openings all over the place, and you can do the application for the upgrade job right from the comfort of your living room or den or wherever you want, because you're in charge of your future. This is the new normal. I commend you for it. If you, on top of all that, are able to do anything that we're doing here. You're watching my classes on my website, stockmarkerswithbruce.ca. You're going over there watching those lessons, learning how to write options and enhance your income from existing assets that you've been sitting on for decades. You're now waking up your money. You're realizing, oh my God, I can make 30% more money working with my old employer, or changing my work habits, and I can make this money doing what Uncle Bruce is talking about. Holy moly, I'm making double the kind of money I used to make only 2 years ago. Who knew that this COVID could be so lucrative for me? Who knew? If you're 16 years old, 18, 20, 22, 24, just coming into the workforce, you don't have this luxury. Not yet, because you've got to earn your stripes. You've got to earn your brownie points. You've got to earn your reputation as a hard worker, a reliable worker. But those of you who are 40, 45, 50, you've done all that. You've gone through all that crap. You have delivered the goods. You are a reliable employee. You know what you're talking about. Now it's go time. Now it's cash in the chips time and max out your earnings the next 10 or 15 years, which is the last 10, 15 years of your work life. Because sooner or later, you're going to be 60, 65, and you're going to go, hey, I want to retire too. I don't want to keep going until I'm 80. All kinds of neat stuff happening here. Welcome to the show. Welcome to the telecast from around the world. I hope I can help motivate you, get you thinking out of your box. I really love doing that. I really love working with you on this. These one-on-one consultations that I do, this is exactly what we're doing here. This is what I do with my one-on-one consultations. We take your life and go, what could we really do with this? Where can we go with this Ferrari? I have a Ferrari, but I'm driving it like a Chev. Maybe I ought to put it into second gear and get this thing going, because you only go around one time, and there is no second chance, and you can never be 35 or 40 ever again. You've got to make it pay now. And if you're at the height of your working career, this is where you should be making most of your money. If you're not making most of your money now, you're giving it away to your employer. Your employer's taking advantage of your talents. And or there are cases where employers are not taking advantage of your talents because they don't realize what you have, because they're not looking past the initial job they want you to do rather than what you're capable of doing. If you can get a gig where you do what it is you want to do, it isn't work anymore. Now it's a pleasure. Now it's a great pastime that happens to pay very, very well. And there's ways to make this happen. So if you want to have a one-on-one with me, send me a private email, brucefarmer@hotmail.com, and say, Bruce, I got to talk to you for an hour, man. I got to sit down with you on camera, just you and me. You got to help me figure out where I'm at. I think I know where I'm going. I think I have some ideas, but I want to run it by you. Do you have any suggestions that might steer me in the right direction or keep me away from trouble? I'm more than happy to talk to you about that. Those of you watching my lessons on stockmarkerswithbruce.ca, I hope you're picking up a lot of tips, a lot of knowledge on how to take advantage of a so-so stock market. Sometimes the markets are straight up, sometimes they're flat as pancakes, sometimes they go down. We are at record highs or near record highs on all of the indexes. And so the odds are, sooner or later, markets might level off for a while. Well, you've got to find a way to bring in income no matter what the markets are doing. You cannot rely on a bull market only as a way to make money. If you're doing that, you're 95% of the market, you're going to get slammed, because so many people get caught being long and long only on markets and are constantly battling just to get back. I'm just trying to get back. I'm just trying to get back. There is no getting back. There's going forward. That's what you have to do, is go forward, because you can't go back to your 20s and 30s anymore. You have to go forward. And the same with your investments. Check out the lessons and see how they can work for you. Talk to me one-on-one if you like. We'll go from there. All right. Thank you for joining me today. We are now at 6:04 of my time, 9:04 Eastern. 26 minutes away from the opening. The Dow at the moment down 30 points. I've got S&P up 275. NASDAQ down, is up 39. Will the market realize that these unemployment numbers are the new normal, and that you better get used to the fact that American workers, Canadian workers, British workers, European workers, G20 people, we're not interested in going back to the old. We really aren't. Some of us are, yes, of course. But a majority of us are not. And it doesn't take all of us to not want to do it. if only 20% of the workforce out there, the old 20% of the workforce, says, I'm not going back to the old grind anymore. Forget about it. It's just not worth it to me. I don't want to brown bag it anymore. I don't want to have that egg salad sandwich from that corner restaurant takeout place anymore at lunchtime because every third one I get is so and so. I'm just not interested. I want to make my food at home. I'm having food delivered to my house that I prepare myself every evening. I have leftovers every afternoon that are absolutely delicious. I'm living a life that I really like. I go for a bike ride in the afternoon to get my clear my head out a little bit, just to kind of get some exercise. Instead of going to a health club and sitting on a treadmill type bike, I'm outside riding a bike. I am living a life that I never thought possible during working hours. And I'm not going back to the old way. I'm going to fight as hard as I can. If only 20% of those people fight as hard as they can to never go back, this world has changed forever. That's all it takes. It doesn't take all of us to want to do it. It takes a sliver, and that changes everything because all of a sudden employers are going, oh man, we got to negotiate with these people. We can't just grind them into the ground and make them come in and be grateful they have this god awful job. And they got this lousy healthcare package and they got a social retirement package. No, we're not beholden to you guys anymore. We have our own choices. We have our own ways we can go. And we choose this. Thank you very much. If you want my talents, it's going to cost you. But then again, you're getting quality for your money. Just by the by, you're not getting ripped off. You're getting what it's worth. But you got to pay for what it's worth rather than steal it from me. Not interested in getting ripped off anymore. I'm excited for you folks out there. The upside looks pretty darn good. SoFi right now, 16.55, up 15 cents. Let's hope that keeps going. Rocket Lab is the disappointment this morning. 14.04 right now on the pre-market, down $1.42. There are stories flying around. There are rumors flying around, and this is what's plaguing some of the SPACs out there. These rumors about, oh, a whole bunch of shares are going to become free trading. This thing's going to crash. That works until it doesn't work. that philosophy, that idea, that will work until it doesn't work anymore. And when it doesn't work anymore, it really doesn't work anymore. And if everyone feels the same way about a certain stock, guess what the stock does? It goes the opposite direction. If everyone is convinced that the market's going down today, the market goes up because it's exactly how it is. This is human nature. There are people out there who think they can read the minds of all investors, and they figure, well, if a company makes a filing about some warrants that they have, or they have a filing about pipe investors, oh, that means the stock's a dog. It's over. It's going down to nothing because these stocks are just exactly like those stocks, and they compare the one stock to another stock, and they say it's going to happen to this one too. And that is a recipe for losing your butt because you're going to get people. I think there are people right now being sucked in reluctantly to sell Rocket Lab shares, thinking they're going to go to $5, $6 a share. It ain't going to happen. I don't think so. I think Rocket Lab shares, despite whatever anyone says about them and any technical report that wants to be critical about the company, or they want to say, no, it's only been listed a couple of months, why should it be $25 a share? There's something called the potential of the corporation, the business that they're in, the upside of the area of the business that they are specialists in. The Rocket Lab happens to be in a segment of corporate America or corporate world that is hot, hot, hot right now and will remain so for decades to come. The reality is there are only a few companies in the world that can do what Rocket Lab does. There aren't hundreds of them. There's handfuls of them. And this one happens to be a publicly traded version of that business, launching satellites into orbit. There are not very many private companies that can launch satellites into orbit reliably. Rocket Lab can and does. And they do it not only for private companies, but they do it for private customers. They do it for government customers. These guys are going to be here for a long, long time. The only way this company disappears is if they get taken over. It's the only way they disappear. It's not because of lack of work or lack of contracts or lack of need. No, the need is huge and is growing. A company that can reliably launch satellites into space is a very valuable commodity to have. And this company here, I don't care how many shares are deemed to be free trading stock now because of pipe financing rules or whatever. I couldn't care less. This company is a winner and it's going to do extremely well. And I suspect that if the shares back off enough, there will be buyers like the Ryan Cohens of the world, those kinds of buyers who will snap this stuff up and they will take a huge chunk of this company and become boards of directors and become a part owner of this company. I just sense that because this company is in a hot business launching satellites into space. Our friends at Spire, I called today's show, put the title on today's show about Spire. Is there going to be a short squeeze on Spire? That is the proverbial question. And I think there will be. I really do. I have a feeling that the Spire shares are not going to last long at these prices. I just don't think so. These prices are unsustainably low. The company is worth probably $350 a share cash or more, which tells me that the street is valuing their entire business at something like $250 a share, which is laughable, completely laughable. The street is out in the wrong area code. They're completely in the wrong area code. Right now, pre-market $6.18 a share, up 6 cents on 6,000 shares. There's no volume this morning. Spire Global is not yet fully understood by the street. That's a reality. The street doesn't fully get it. They just think it's a SPAC stock. It's not a SPAC stock. The SPAC stock is gone. That went away when Spire took over. Spire is now its own publicly traded company, making its own contracts to manage satellites that do go into orbit. They don't lose any money if a satellite doesn't make it to orbit because they're not the launcher. They're the manager of satellites that are in orbit. And the need for their services is growing exponentially, absolutely exponentially. There is a backlog of entities out there that need Spire services. If only their satellites were circulating the planet. This is where Rocket Lab comes in. Rocket Lab is up to here in business to launch them. Spire is up to here in business to manage them. This isn't going to go away. This is a 20, 40-year thing and even longer in my opinion because satellites have a limited lifetime. After so many decades, they don't work anymore. They don't work very well anymore and they have to be either taken out of orbit, left to circle forever, or eventually they plummet back to the Earth's atmosphere after a couple of adjustments and they burn up and you got to launch a new one. Spire and Rocket Lab are in the perfect business. They're not ever going to be sitting on inventory they can't get rid of. They're never going to be sitting on inventory that is now last year's model and they have to discount it. They're not in the clothing business where, fashions have changed. Everything you have in your warehouse is worthless. They don't have to worry about making the new car. They're managing and handling the existing world of space, data transfer, and satellite launching. This is the hot business. This is what it's all about. Cloud computing, without these two guys, wouldn't exist. Companies like this have to exist for the cloud to exist in the first place and for the cloud to expand. Without these two guys doing what they do, cloud computing is dead as we know it. And this is the future of computing. Your telephone, you guys out there who are using these to trade stocks, are creating unbelievable data flow between this unit and your brokerage firm that's trying to handle your orders. So when you're trying to write contracts or write put contracts or buy back contracts you've written or buy and sell stock, you are creating billions of bits of information that are flying into outer space and back in a microsecond. And you're making Spire richer. You're making the broker richer. You're making traders richer. Hopefully you're making yourself richer. And because this business is such a volume business, it's incredibly cheap for someone like yourself to enter an order to buy Spire stock. If you want to buy stock in Spire, you can do it in a second. And within 2 or 3 seconds, you're filled. And in between those 2 or 3 seconds that you initiated the buy order and got filled on the order, billions of pieces of information have flown around all over the place. Shares have been registered, traded, bought, sold, alerts done. You were a buyer, someone else is a seller. All this info has been going around at light speed, and SPIRE is handling it. They're one of the guys handling this data. Rocket Lab likely may have launched the satellite or 2 or 3 that you're using to do your trading. You're making these guys richer every time you twitch. It doesn't matter what you're doing. Looking at your scores for your favorite ball team, looking at NFL news, looking at texting to a friend, making a phone call, watching a YouTube video on your telephone, whatever you're doing, you are making these companies richer, and you're going to keep making them richer. And more of the planet is going 4G, 5G, and beyond to be interconnected. The SPIRE Globals of the world will have contract upon contract upon contract thrust at them to handle data flow. Rocket Lab will get order after order after order to launch more and more and more satellites. They can produce a rocket every 20 days. They'll eventually get it down to 10 days. Every 10 days, another rocket. 36 launches a year. Then they'll get it down to 5 days, and they'll do double again. They'll eventually get it down to a rocket a day, and then they'll start making 2 rockets a day. This is a business that is growing at an exponential pace, not only for planetary needs, but interplanetary needs as well. It's a huge multi-trillion-dollar business that these guys are part of, and they're not going away. The only way that these companies disappear from existence is if a competitor buys them up and just takes them over. And that is entirely likely, but not this year. These guys are just coming out and are just growing out. SPIRE just did a takeover. They will do more. SPIRE can raise billions of dollars in cash anytime they need it. But at the moment, and at this point in time, the shares are $6.18 a share. It's laughable how cheap these shares are. Laughable. The fact that Rocket Lab is trading at $14 a share, down to $1.46, it's telling me there are uneducated people who are getting slammed unnecessarily by fraudsters maybe, or from influencers who are just not, they're fearless with respect to spreading misinformation, or they're fearless in spreading panicky information, because they just don't feel that there's a consequence to them if they do that type of thing. And there are innocent trading people out there who are trading innocently, hearing rumors about Rocket Lab or SPIRE or other, and they're selling their shares at ridiculously low prices. But again, this is my personal opinion, and maybe I'm wrong. Maybe I'm completely wrong about the entire world. Maybe it will go back to normal. Maybe all of you out there will want to go back to work in a subway car, and you'll want to take a bus, you'll want to take a train, you'll want to ride your car. Maybe I'm wrong. Maybe you don't want to spend more time with your children. Maybe you don't want to work from home. Maybe you do like getting the egg salad sandwich twice a week from your local corner store downtown and get sick every once in a while. Maybe that's what you're into. Maybe I'm misreading everything. I don't think so. Just see what's going on. Welcome to the show. I'll tell you what I'm doing. I'm a 66-year-old guy who has 2 YouTube channels, and I'm sitting in Palm Desert, California, talking to you about the market in plain English, like I love to do. And I'm not complaining. I'm not going back to any kind of a day job. I've had many a day job in my lifetime. I'm not going back to any of them. I'm going to keep doing this because I like hanging out with you kind of people. The folks that are on this channel and hang out with me, I love you guys. This is absolutely wonderful. Compare all kinds of notes and what you're hearing, what I'm hearing, and what I'm interpreting and what you're interpreting. This is great. I like this. I find that I get up at 3 in the morning now. It's hard to get up at 3 in the morning, but I do it. And by 5:30, I'm on the air, my time. By 8:30 in the morning, I'm off the air for my first show, this show here. I get a 2 or 3 hour break, get a little sleep in there, take care of any little chores that have to be done around the house. Jen gets me running around. Then I'm back on for the afternoon session, last hour of the day at 3 o'clock Eastern time. and get to hang out with you for like an hour and 20 minutes, hour and 30 minutes, depending on how active the day was. I love it. By 1:30 Pacific time, my day is done. I'm done. I could sit in front of my computer for 5 more hours and just watch everything, or I could, quote, walk away for a while. And I do. Of course, I always have my communicator with me no matter where I am. So I'm never far away from what's going on, but I'm not stuck in a cubicle in some office somewhere trying to tell you what the market is doing, or I'm not your broker. I'm not your investment advisor stuck in some office in some little old town or city with a suit and tie on, having to tell you what's going on in the market. Thank God I don't do that anymore. I'm doing this. I'm loving this. And if I'm helping you in any way, shape, or form, in the slightest way, make your lives any more lucrative, I couldn't be more thrilled, because this for me is the win of all wins. Hanging out in Palm Desert, enjoying the summer weather a little longer rather than being in Canada right now. This is all cool. It's all good with me. And if I can take you on the road with me from time to time, we go to other places and I take you along with me, I'm a happy guy. This is what it's all about. The dream is true. I don't know anyone else personally that does what I do like I do it. I don't know anyone else that does this. All of my relatives, all my friends, my associates over the years, none of them do this. And I have to admit, one of my good friends told me, Bruce, there's no one capable of doing what it is you do. You're so unique in how you're handling this. You're talking to your computer all the time in a little room. That's all you do. You just talk to a computer all the time, to your online friends here. No one you know can do this. Only you. And I guess they have a point. I guess I have a talent for that. But I got to tell you, it's great. I love doing it. It's a lot of fun, and I'm excited about the future for all of you. I think it's going to be great. We're up 8 cents on SPIRE at 6.20. We're still at $14 a share in Rocket Lab. We were just at $14.20. We're back to 14 on Rocket Lab. It'll be interesting to see if Rocket Lab starts slow and then has an up day anyway. It'll be interesting to see if Rocket Lab is at $22 a share next week, despite the so-called rumors of pipe financiers wanting to get out. I don't think pipe financiers are desperate to get out of Rocket Lab. I think there are pipe financiers who are into Rocket Lab who are going to welcome the fact that their shares are free trading, so they can use the value of Rocket Lab's shares as collateral for other positions. I think they're going to bank on Rocket Lab to help them get richer rather than dump Rocket Lab. But I could be wrong. I mean, I'm just an old man. What do I know? Maybe I've got a face for radio, and I should just go there. I don't know. We'll see what happens. Cheers, everybody from around the world. It's your buddy, Uncle Bruce. 4.15 on Rocket Lab, just bumped up 15 cents. Nice to have you here today. We're opening up in about, 7 minutes? As we're coming closer to the market opening, the market, some of these pre-market stocks are going higher, which is nice to see. I'm looking at Smart Rent right now, 1274, up 17 cents. The Dow is up 41 points now. It's recovered. It's going higher. We got S&P up 13, NASDAQ up 79. We're going higher. Too much money in the market. GameStop 171.66, now 172.03. That's holding right in there. AMC right now is sitting at 38.02, down only 12 cents, hanging right in there. ATIP Physical Therapy waiting for a CEO. We're at 369, up a nickel. 23andMe waiting for them to say something, announce a deal, merger, an acquisition. I don't know. We're at 784, up 9 cents. I'm waiting. What else is going on? SoFi 1655, up 15 cents on 195,000 pre-market, waiting for that to break 17 and go to 20 and beyond. There's the Rocket Lab 1420, last quote that I see there. We'll keep an eye on that. 1420, sure jumping around. Matterport, now sitting at $19.81, up 4 cents. We were just at $20, like just touching it. We're ready to break through. I think we're about to break through on a $20 bill here on your Matterport. Cyxtera is showing at the moment no trades in the market at all, this pre-market. I have nothing to talk to you about there, unfortunately, so it's very quiet. So there you have it, kids. There's our opening now in 6 minutes. Mixed kind of bag. The Dow's up, and the S&P is up, and NASDAQ's up. Oil is at 79.24 at West Texas, up 94 cents a barrel. Only about $30 overpriced, I would say, maybe $40 overpriced, but $30 overpriced right now, considering how much oil is sloshing about. It's everywhere. There is no shortage. There are no gas lineups in the United States. There are none in Canada. There won't be any. There will be gas available all winter long, no matter how cold it's going to get. There will be no one freezing in their homes because there's no oil available for your furnace. You'll be fine. What the analysts are just not highlighting, and they're not going to highlight it. If you're an oil analyst, you're not going to talk about this. But the number of windmills being built around the world and the number of solar panels being installed around the planet right now are a breathtaking number. Breathtaking how much energy is being created from natural environmental forces that are free to take advantage of. The Paris Accords, if you have any hope of getting anywhere near those kinds of projections, you got to produce solar, you got to produce wind energy. Oil is out. I got to tell you, this car, this Tesla, oh my God, this Tesla. Oh my, I'm driving a Tesla right now. I have Steve, who let me rent his vehicle for 2 weeks. Steve, if you're watching, love the car. Really enjoying it. I plugged it in the garage here in this condo, in the 110 outlet. I did this 24 hours ago. I plugged it in night before last, and got into the vehicle yesterday to take a spin, and added, I think it added 97 miles to the range of the car. This is at 110 volt. This is what you plug your phone into to recharge it. Because I don't drive the car after 6, 7 at night, we're at home, and I'm not going to get in the car until the afternoon because I'm here with you. I have this natural, 15, 16 hour time frame where the car is not going to be driven. It's plugged into the wall, and it's gaining almost 100 miles of range. I didn't drive 100 miles yesterday. It's been plugged in since last night. I'll bet you when I get into this car this afternoon, it'll be maxed out. It'll be at full charge. It'll be, I think it goes up to 90% in this case. It'll be at 90% charge. I'll have 250 miles range, whatever the heck it is, on this thing, ready to go. Man, I can certainly see why this car is a popular vehicle. I am looking at gas stations around here, $4.50 a gallon for a gallon gas in California, Palm Desert area, $4.50 a gallon, and I'm plugging this thing into the wall. I am chortling along like you can't believe. I also know that if I need an emergency charge, because we went for an extended drive, Jen and I, superchargers all over the place, and I know I'm paying half the price of gasoline, half the price. I'm chortling. If this planet of ours, if the forces that are working this thing can continue to produce solar electricity and wind power instead of producing power from burning fossil fuels, this planet will come a long way with electric cars driving it. Now, you can argue all you want, but it takes more energy to make this thing, and you're doing it that way, and you're polluting the world this way. Okay, whatever you want. It's okay. You can have whatever opinion you want on where it's at, but at the end of the day, this consumer is inside a vehicle that handles unbelievably, has unbelievable power, unbelievable responsiveness. As smart as a whip, this car is sharp. Man, is this a smart car. And I can plug it into my wall at the house. I like this convenience a lot. I know that if I were to plug this car into the 220 outlet, which is right beside the garage where the washer and dryers are, it'll charge at 25, 35 miles an hour. It'll charge very quick. I don't need that kind of charge at this point in time in my existence, because I don't commute 100 miles a day to go to work. You see how this works. Anyway, what a machine. It is a game changer. This car, this company, Tesla, game changer. Wait, we're about to open up for trading. Let's get ready for some trading action here. Let's see what happens. Where are our stocks going to go? Are they going up? Are they going down? Are they going sideways? What is going to happen here? We'll find out what the deal is all about. We're just waiting for the clap. That clapping is happening over there. They're clapping. Is Larry here? Larry Titus, have you given me the bells? I'm looking for Larry. He's got to be around here somewhere. Larry, you're forgiven if you're not here at the moment. It's okay. Waiting to see the opening on these stocks. Let me pop in here on my phone and just see what the markets are going to show us to start the ball rolling. Welcome one, welcome all from around the world to Stock Markets with Bruce, where we try to talk about the markets in plain English. It's your buddy Uncle Bruce here. I don't trade stock, by the way. If you're looking here for action and you're looking for tickers and you're looking for me to show you charts about all the money I'm making, I don't trade stock. I talk about trading stock. I explain it, and I try to help you understand what the heck is happening out there as best as possible. And so thank you all for being here with me today. It's great to have you here. I'm glad that you're with me today. I hope that we can make some money today. I hope I can help guide you to make you richer, and we'll kind of go from there. Okay, thank you all. Just bear with me here while I hit a couple of buttons and get everything up and running. Those of you who are members of this channel, I say it every day and I mean it. You are the backbone of this channel's existence. Without members, this channel wouldn't have a chance to survive. I want to say thank you again for all of you who are here as members. During market hours, we like to go members only for chat, if that's possible. I'm just going to shift over to that right now. If you are a member, you get to use our special emojis, including the incredible neat emoji that we love to pop up from time to time. I thank you. You can make comments during market hours, send me questions about whatever you're doing. You want to ask me some questions about stock strategies or option strategies. More than happy to try to answer those for you if that's possible. I know that a lot of you are watching the options market very closely and are looking now to enhance your revenues from options. Thank you. Those of you who've already had 200, we've already had 209 thumbs ups. Thank you for that. I want to pop some neat emojis in here, get this market going. Here we go. The market is now guaranteed to go up because look at all those neat emojis. Neat. I mean, you cannot, don't mess with the shrubbery. This market is going higher now. There's no ifs or buts about it. Apparently, the House is set to vote on the debt ceiling legislation. Biden commits to signing it quickly. Very good. The U.S. job data number has come out. The Dow is higher despite the fact that the United States economy did not create the number of jobs that analysts were expecting. Analysts were talking over 500,000 that should have been created, and only 195,000 were. The market's up 71 points anyway. The S&P's up 11 and NASDAQ is up 37 points. So there you go. The neat emojis are dominating the chat right now, which of course means the stocks cannot only go, they can't go down, they can only go up. That's the force field right there. Prove me wrong. There you are. Thank you for being here and hanging out. Love you. And if you're not a member, please consider being a member and hit that neat emoji. If you're just watching casually, please become a subscriber and follow us, and let's make some money. If it's possible, we'll try to make money. I mean, we're doing the best we can. Rocket Lab, as suspected, is a little lower this morning to start the day. It's hit 1382 this morning on the opening, sitting at 1384 right now on 2 million shares. That's the initial changeover. We'll see if this lasts long, how deep it is, if it is deep, or if there's going to be a quick snapback recovery. We'll watch for that. SoFi is up 19 cents now to 1650. What was it? 1665 at one point. It's now 1653 at the moment, up 13 cents on 598,000. So SoFi is improving. GameStop is up 38 cents at 172.50 on 34,000 shares. The folks at Matterport, we were trading right near $20 this morning. We're at 1963 right now. We were as low as 1943. We're now 1963, down 14 cents on Matterport, coming on right now. 138,000 shares at the moment have traded. 138,000. ME, 23andMe, 765 up, down a dime. We were at 761 at the low. We have SmartRent showing a gain of 3 cents on 1,300 shares. SPIRE showing us right now low of 610, high of 615. right now 612, unchanged on 33,000 shares. SPIRE. Is there going to be a short squeeze on SPIRE? There's a good reason to have one. There's a very good reason to have one. SPIRE is, I think, right now being held here by a group of aggressive investors who I think could have their butts handed to them if the market were to jump in on this stock and squeeze them out. I think these guys could lose hundreds of millions of dollars if these shares were bought up. Because once they break that $8-9 level, I think these guys will panic, and it could pop to $15-18 a share, a triple from here. It could triple. SPIRE is so oversold, so suppressed, so being crushed so heavily by these shorters that any kind of buying to take them out would just absolutely run this market. But it needs a boost, and it's not getting it at the moment. We'll watch for it, but we'll see. ATIP down 2 cents at 362. Cyxtera down a penny at 876. AMC down 74 cents, about 2%, 37.35. Robinhood down 4 cents. Vanek Vectors is down 74 cents. Home Depot down 422 to start the day. IBM down 49 cents, just 49 cents. But that's what we have at the moment. We've got the Dow down at the moment. Let me double check my quote. We're down 35 points on the Dow right now, down 0.66 on S&P and down 5 on NASDAQ. So the markets have opened higher and now are a little negative as they're trying to figure out where they're going. We got the Microsoft stock up 22 cents. Apple down 6 cents. Tesla down 429 to 789 a share. Bed Bath & Beyond down 15 cents. BlackBerry down 16 cents. Royal Caribbean 88.52 down 27 cents this morning. We have Norwegian off. We have Carnival off. Goldman Sachs $388.26 down $2.35 a share. Trading now at 7.1 times earnings, an absolute bargain on Goldman Sachs. Amazon up 12 cents, a $3,300 stock, up 12 cents. The market does not know where to go. Facebook up 48 cents. Google up $7. Not a lot of direction here being displayed on the big market. Some of our smaller stocks we're following are definitely jumping. Rocket Lab now 1432. It's recovered from its low of 1383. We've just jumped 55 cents in like 2 minutes. Right here, 55-cent recovery. 1438 now, still down $1. 1448 now, jumping again. It's now down 98 cents on the morning. This means a 65-cent jump on Rocket Lab in less than 3 minutes from its low of the day. The question is, how serious is a sell-off going to be on Rocket Lab, and when is it over? We now have 2.57 million traded already. People are picking up a bargain here and jumping on it. If you're thinking of writing a put contract on Rocket Lab, this might be the time. We'll see. SoFi, 1640 up a penny. GameStop up 31 cents. Matterport, 1954 down 23 cents. ME down 7. SmartRent up 3. SPIRE down 1 penny to 611. ATIP down 1 penny. Cyxtera down 2 pennies. We do not have serious movement in this market going on at the moment. There's a lot of wonderment. What's going to happen? How's it going to happen? The only stock doing anything is Rocket Lab. It's all by itself. It's still sitting right now at 1438, down $1.08 at this moment, coming into the 3 million mark for trading this morning. That's the deal as I see it. Anyway, there you go. Cheddar Stacks says paying $9.99 a month to listen to this goon. Is that a good thing? And talk with everyone here. It's a steal. Oh, that must be a good thing. Don't be cheap. Red Solo Cup Multi-Dog, others laughing out loud. You guys step up and join. Well, thank you, Cheddar Stacks. Thanks for putting out the word. I do appreciate it. As I say, you guys are the backbone of the channel. It's because of your donations, these $10 a month commitments you're making. $7 of that comes to me. 3 goes to YouTube. I get $7. That's all I get. I'm doing generally 10 live shows a week, about 40 a month, and I get $7 from you for that. So I'm not getting rich off of you guys, but as a collective, it adds up. And that's what I love about you. You're here as my backbone. I just have this confidence that I know I can get up every morning, do my thing, yap away about these markets, and you guys are there for me. And I really, really appreciate it. It makes a huge difference. Of course, those of you who make donations to this channel, well, good Lord Almighty, you are a beautiful bunch of people. I hope that I can make you some suggestions that make you a lot of money. You're throwing me a donation once in a while. Thank you. The PayPal donations are the best to make, of course, because any donation through PayPal, I get 96 cents of the dollar right away. Any super chat you're making, we don't mind those, but we only get 70% of that, and we only get paid once a month. So it takes a while to get our heads on it, but we know it's coming. We say thank you. Thank you for being here. Jennifer and I, we love you, and we're just thrilled to be here. Guys, that is the deal right now on this market. What is going to happen? Yes, I got a Rocket Lab put, $16 strike, April 22 for a $6 premium. Right on. That's a pretty good move right there. That, Cheryl, I like that one right there. Let's see. I always found trading stock intimidating until I found Uncle Bruce. He really has taught me so much. Thank you, Bama Babe, for your kind words today. SPIRE 594, they say. I'm showing 604 right now, but it's probably jumping around. Yippee-ki-yay, thanks for that. Nephew Nick, without fail, SoFi is being attacked right at the open. SoFi 1632 down 8 cents. CJ, I feels it, Bama. I feels it too. Twitter says Merrill Lynch fined $850,000 for hedging shorts with overseas derivatives to avoid failure to deliver. Yes, the shenanigans are global. Nicholas, 225 more shares of SoFi have been added to my account. Robert, I got my driver's license today. Woohoo! Way to go, Robert. And Jordan, good morning, everybody. Good morning. I have learned a lot through watching Uncle Bruce on the daily. I've watched several of the videos on YouTube and didn't quite understand. Now I do, and I feel confident I can trade options too, and I'm really happy to hear that. It takes a bit of knowledge to understand how the options market works. You got to work at it, but boy, can you be well rewarded. If you play it right, you can be really well rewarded through conservative option writing strategies. This is not roll the dice and take big crazy chances, nothing like that. When you're an option writer, you are the casino, you're the building, you own the slot machines, you make the rules for the slot machines. It's the gamblers that are the ones taking the risks, not you. You can do very, very well doing this. 1442 now on Rocket Lab, down $1.04 as we jump about here back and forth. Low of the day, 1383. High of the day, 1468. 1440 last quote. SoFi, 1630 down 9 cents. GameStop up 92 cents to 173.04. Matterport holding a 33-cent loss. ME down a penny. SmartRent up 3 pennies. SPIRE down 12 cents to $6. Steal of steals. ATIP down 1/2 of a penny. Cyxtera up a penny. We have got a flat market here. We've got Robinhood now up 21 cents. IBM up 17 cents. The Dow up 3.44. S&P up 5. NASDAQ up 19. Microsoft now up $1.24. Apple up 34 cents. A little better move there. We've got Amazon up $16 now. Facebook up $3, Alphabet up $21. So the FANGs are waking up. The FANG stocks are beginning to go higher. That bodes well for the entire market. We may have a bit of a surge coming through here because if the FANGs light up, we could be on our way here. We'll watch for all of that. Okay. 1450 on Rocket Lab, down 96 cents. We may have an up day on Rocket Lab. If we don't see a $5 drop today, then there's no validity to this rumor that there's bad news coming for Rocket Lab. We may be up $3 on the day. You never know. I feel for anyone who got sucked in selling this stock. I'm just saying, I'm not guaranteeing it's going higher, but I'm not guaranteeing it's going lower either. And we'll have to see how this plays up. Okay. Let's see. What else is going on? Cheryl says, Bama Babe, it's the same for me. He is in the top 5 best things that have happened to me. Well, Cheryl, that's awful kind of you to say. I thank you. Very good. Watching Spire may have to add a little bit of this stuff. $5.92 now. It's on sale. Cheryl, me too. Robert Vash, number. No, I just need to press the speeder, says Rob. I don't know what that means. CJ English, how about ATIP? So it's been holding pretty strong in this range. Seems very promising once they announce a new CEO. ATIP sitting at 350, 60, something like that. 363 here. I think it's just ready to go. They just need a CEO with the right direction. Give us a direction of where you're headed. 1462 on your Rocket Lab to keep an eye on things. 1464 now. We're just short of the high of the day on Rocket Lab. We're coming on again, down 83 cents. Haven't you guys been talking about this new CEO for a long time? We've been talking about it for about a month and a half, almost 2 months, and I'm ready to hear about this. I'm ready. 1471 Rocket Lab, 1472 new highs on Rocket Lab right now are being set. Let's see. Here we go, Larry. I missed the opening. My ice maker, my refrigerated exploded. We got you, Larry. we got bells going while you weren't here. Larry, are you got a Samsung fridge? Bama Bay, we better watch that. We don't come across as too soft. Michael, if so, there's an active recall on Samsung. 1481, 1485 on Rocket Lab, jumping again, down only 65 cents on Rocket Lab. A very quick recovery here, coming on dramatically on Rocket Lab. SoFi's down a dime at 16.30. GameStop up 23 cents. Matterport at 19.33, down 44. ME down a nickel. SmartRent up 3. And Spire now 5.93, down 19 cents. 14.85 on Rocket Lab. Looks like the high of the day was 14.89. We're now showing 14.86. Only down 60 cents on your Rocket Lab. It's coming on quick, very quickly. Well, let's see what happens. Let's see. Larry, is it any wonder the market is red? We're waiting for you to ring the bell. Bama, I have been called lots of things, but never too soft. 14.92 on Rocket Lab. Looks like we're going for $15 here. 14.94 now. 14.95 is the so-called high already. We're less than 50 cents or so away from breaking even on Rocket Lab. Quick recovery coming in here. We're now 14.95 on a volume of 3.4 million shares on Rocket Lab. Very interesting start to this morning's trading. Spire 5.89 going the opposite direction, down 23 cents. What a bargain this is becoming. 14.93 Rocket Lab high of the day looks like 14.96. So we're right up there, right near the highs of the day on Rocket Lab, down 53 cents on the day. Low of the day, 13.83. That was $1.11 ago. Someone sold down there, and it's too bad. It's just too bad. I don't know if that's the low of the day or not, but that's got to hurt to see the stock jump like it's jumping now after possibly being hoodwinked out of the stock. I fear for that. I really bugs me to see this kind of stuff. Anyway, there you have it. We're up. Where are we at on the Dow now? The Dow's down 27. We have S&P down 1 point. NASDAQ down 9. We're jumping back and forth with these markets all over the place. 14.94 now on Rocket Lab, just at the high of the day, right in that neighborhood. Look at that. Rocket Lab coming on, says anti-PC. And Mr. Nemels, Jonas, Larry, please come see me in my office. Oscar, I got 20,000 shares of Spire. Larry, made in the U.S. Frigidaire is what I got. Cheryl, Obama, babe, love it. Rosie Posey, big day for me, wrote my first call on GameStop that expires today. Strike 180. Do I let it expire or do I roll it? GameStop 180. I think you let it expire. You're sitting at 172 on the stock, so let it expire tonight. That's pretty good. Got in on Rocket Lab at 1390, says Odin's Pumpkin. What a steal. 1493 now, up $1 already. Sweet move. Mike, Larry, well, not like they used to make things, unfortunately. Cheryl says, SoFi, what's going on here? That's what people get for selling, says nephew Nick. Wall Street Bets was talking about Rocket Lab last night. Adventures with Duncan got in Rocket Lab at 13.90. Also picked up Spire at 5.91. Adventures with Duncan, you are stealing from people. Well done. 602 on Spire, 14.92 on Rocket Lab. Beautiful job, you guys, scooping up some cheap paper. 14.95 now, Rocket Lab. High of 14.98. I just got 100 more Spire for 5.88. Stealing paper from the innocent. Joe, Cheryl, that was buying or selling Rocket Lab. But yippee-ki-yay, woo-woo, got my 45-cent covered call filled. Spire, strike 750 on November 17th. Larry, thanks, thumbs ups. Just bought back my 1650s on SoFi for 6 cents. I couldn't be happier. You can go up now, SoFi. There you go. SoFi right now, 16.23 down 17 cents. Rocket Lab, $15. 15 big ones, 15.03 just broke through there like a hot knife through soft butter. $15 is gone. No resistance at $15 for Rocket Lab. Traded right through there, even touched 15.16. Stock is definitely coming on with some power here. Interesting how this is happening. Liquidating way out of the money GameStop shares for Rocket Lab, but I'm looking at the Ling prospects. Nothing burger on Rocket Lab sell-off, says Michael. Yeah, I also bought lots of shares for the lowest. They were traded all today for all companies. Sold the put up 18% already, says Cheryl. Butter. Yeah, you write those puts when the stocks are down and watch them collapse in price as it comes back on. 15.04 on Rocket Lab. High today, 15.16. The Dow's off 47, S&P off 1.7, and NASDAQ down 6.5. Oil still up $1.30, 79.63. That's where we're at, jumping around like crazy with these markets. 14.91 now on Rocket Lab as we are bouncing about around this 15 level right now. Not a surprise. Bruce, Uncle Bruce, I'm up 45% on Rocket Lab right now. What do you think about crashing in now and jumping into Spire while it's so low? Again, your decision is your decision. You're making money. You can go from one to another, on to another. Spire's at 601. Rocket Lab has recovered from 1383 now to 1489, already 1516. It could go much higher than this. I'm expecting the stock to continue to do well, but your situation is your situation. It's not mine. Totally your call. I love it. You're making money and you're locking in profits and moving on to another thing. More power to you. Mr. Seneca added another 250 SoFi and 500 Spire. Stealing up the Spire. We're now at 601 on Spire. SoFi 16.24 down 16 cents. Rocket Lab at the moment 14.68. A little profit taking here from the high of 15.16 today already. I wish I could buy as much as you guys, says Odin's Pumpkin. Adventures with Duncan. Hold for more. That's what he's saying. Hold for more. 14.79 now. Rocket Lab just jumped 11 cents here from 14.68. It's really popping around here. 14.80. Very interesting markets. We've got GameStop showing a gain of 37 cents. I got red everywhere else. I've got negative 70 cents on Rocket Lab. We're down 17 on SoFi. Down 41 on Matterport, down 20 on ME, down 7 on SmartRent, 12 on Spire, down 2.5 cents on ATIP. We're up 2 on Sextera. So I got 2 gains and 6 losses on those SPACs. IBM up 50 cents, the Dow down 77. Microsoft still holding an 82-cent gain, but Apple has gone negative. Royal Caribbean, it's 88.69, down a dime. Amazon still up $6, Facebook up 2. And Google up 13. So FANGs are, generally speaking, holding their own, not giving up much ground. 14.86 now in Rocket Lab, coming back up to 15 again. Here we go. My average, Michael says, on Rocket Lab, 10.76. I'm holding on for a long time. Smoke Dog, my thinking is Rocket Lab might double from here, but Spire could quadruple. So Oscar, thanks to Uncle Bruce and GameStop, I can do big investments now. There you go. There you have it. GameStop, 172 down 12 cents. If you're writing contracts that expire today, you're going to keep a sharp eye on this stock, obviously. 14.94 now on Rocket Lab. We're approaching 15 yet again on the Rocket Lab stock. Volume now, Rocket Lab is 4.16 million, and that is in 24 minutes of trading. Rock and roll. 14.90.91. SoFi down 15 now at 16.24 coming on. GameStop just went positive again, up 19. Matterport down 31, ME down 15, SmartRent down 7, Spire at 5.96 down 16 cents, ATIP down 2.5, Cyxtera down 3 cents. So we're jumping, and we're jumping. Look at this market, down 26 on the Dow, coming on again. S&P is up half a point. NASDAQ still off 7.8. This market's coming on yet again. Amazing. The 10-year note is hovering around 1.6%. The interest rate there for the 10-year note, 1.595%. Germany is still negative 0.16. Italy 0.86 to the good. Spain 0.47 to the good. UK 1.14 to the good. Japan 0.08%. Interest rates for the 10-year note, paying nothing. Japanese pay you nothing. The Dow down 22, S&P up almost a point, and NASDAQ only down 1.5 points. We're coming on 14.96 on the Rocket Lab shares right now. Thank you, Oscar, so much for your PayPal donation. Oscar, I got it. Just popped in here. Thank you, man. That's awesome. 14.96 on Rocket Lab right now. We've got SoFi down 15, GameStop up 22. Matterport now down 36. Looks like it's coming on a bit. ME down 17. SmartRent down 7. And Spire 5.95. All right. SoFi, nice little dip. I am using options to buy more stocks and building my positions. It will be my house money. Plan to hold all stocks over a year for long-term capital gains. No taxes on long-term gains up to $40,000 in the U.S. There you go. Rock and roll, man. There it is. We are hanging in there on this market. 14.96 now. Rocket Lab down 50 cents on the morning. Volume now, Rocket Lab would be 4.29 million. Still coming through. There's buying coming in here on this stock. So, okay, whatever wants out is getting out, and they're getting taken out. Like I said, there could well be a Ryan Cohen slowly buying up this stuff. You just never know. Space is hot right now as an investment, absolutely hot, and Rocket Lab and Spire will do very well in their area, I think. Oh my goodness, I needed that. 14.96, 14.97 on Rocket Lab. Spire, SoFi only down 9 cents, 16.31. It's coming on. SoFi moving up quickly. Volume 2.6 million now on SoFi. 16.31 a share. 14.98 on Rocket Lab, about to hit $15. Nice. Matterport coming on, only down 20 cents, 9.57. The low 9.24. So we've improved 33 cents. More than 60% of the drop has been eliminated. It's coming on quickly. 1960 down 17 cents on Matterport. Nice. $15 on Rocket Lab. We're back to $15. $15.02. No resistance at $15. None. Like a hot knife through soft butter. Around it went. Socius, I'm glad you added as an investment there, so we don't think space is actually hot. There you go. Do what I can with what little I have. Jen, how are you today?
I'm good. How are you?
Oh, I'm good. We're watching Rocket Lab here. It went down to start the morning. It got down to 13.83. It's now back to 15.09. And it's just climbing on.
There you go.
Like
Maybe it had to go down to let William Shatner get on it, and now it's going back up again.
Maybe, although I don't think he's not on this rocket.
He's not this rocket.
He's going with Bezos.
Oh, yeah, that's right. Blue Origin.
Or Blue Origin, yeah, whatever that's called. Yeah. So there you go. So how you doing?
I'm good. How about you?
I'm pretty good.
It's cloudy outside.
Really?
Yeah.
I didn't know that was allowed here. I thought that was there were ordinances.
Once in a while. But the people we've been talking to are all like, "Oh yeah, it's fall now. It's only in the 90s. It's not over 100 anymore.
That's
It's
right.
fall."
It's fall. Summer's over.
Their leaves don't change color, but they cut the grass so very, very, very short.
I was saying scalping. They
They're
scalp it out.
scalping them.
Yeah, they're killing
And
off
then
the
put
one
in the
variety
Bermuda,
for the
is
other.
that right? Yeah.
I'm not sure from Bermuda or Kentucky.
Yeah.
It's a Bermuda grass or a Kentucky grass. One and then the other. I'm not sure which one's
Yeah,
which.
so we're here during fall, but then you know, I guess winter comes and they're back to being green. I don't know.
Who knows? 1523 on Rocket Lab, the high of the day right now.
Nice.
Rock and roll, kids. They're reacting to that. Looking good. Everyone's reacting to Jen being here. Oh, everyone's have John. Larry is saying hi. John Anderson saying hi. Socius is saying hi. Nelson's hi. Joe is saying I got it. Let's see. Ferrigan. Elon Musk prefers to call Blue Origin BO. Uncle Bruce, we do have weather that isn't just on fire, you know.
Yeah.
It's almost bagel time. How do you determine the limit price between the bid and ask prices? Good morning, Jen. Lots of questions and lots of commentary. 1530 on Rocket Lab down 19 cents, kids. 19 cents. That's it. We're coming on your Rocket Lab. Looking very good.
Yeah, Calgary, the city we left, is back to being smoky because of the wildfires in Saskatchewan.
Good Lord.
I know.
Unbelievable.
World's on fire, people.
The world is on fire. 1532 Rocket Lab down 20 cents. Coming
Sorry
on.
about that.
Sorry about that. Yeah.
We're old. You know, sorry about that. We kind of
We're old.
should have been on that a bit.
1633 down, only 7 cents on SoFi. That's coming on quickly, really nicely. Yeah, nice. SPIRE still $5.95, super discount on SPIRE, but you folks are scooping this stuff up as you should.
So have you had time to think about a bagel?
Oh, yeah, I hadn't. Well, you know, today, you know what we should have today?
What should we?
We should go all out today.
Oh, it's going big time here.
I'm thinking if it's feasible, you could crank up some bacon.
Oh,
and then some.
Oh, we're talking full blown.
I'm thinking of bacon and egg.
We're talking McDonald's drive-through here.
Bacon. Yeah, we're talking McDonald's drive-through. Bacon and egg
Uber Eats here
on a toasted everything bagel with a little dip of ketchup. Man,
bacon and eggs with a little ketchup on the side.
Yeah, a little scrambled egg. You know?
I don't have my nice little cast iron here to make it round, but it might be more of a rhomboid or something.
Even if you like, even if you omeleted it somehow and then just folded it over, if that's possible, I don't know. Omeleted it.
We can do that.
I don't know, but that would be pretty cool.
Sure.
Yeah, a little.
How's the fan working out for you?
The fan is great back there. Temperature is okay.
It's cooler in here this morning.
Yeah, when this door opens up, when you open that door, it definitely helps.
Do you need the light on back there?
Yes, the folks have told me that they like the light on behind me. It keeps me from looking like I'm in a real dark cave.
Ooh.
Yeah, so we're that's exactly what that was. We've turned green everywhere. Look at that. The Dow is up 55 points, just taking a shot. S&P up 8, NASDAQ now up 6.8. Rocket Lab 1540 down 4 cents. Rocket Lab's about to go green here, kids. 1543 down 3 cents on the day on your Rocket Lab. We're about to turn positive on Rocket Lab. You gotta love that. Thank you, Jen, so much. Kids, we are coming on here. You're looking a lot better. Anyone who wrote puts this morning on Rocket Lab, you got to be smiling right now. Morning, Jen from W. Walters. SoFi trying to go green too. Yeah, it's only down 8. Let's see. Michael says, W. Walters, I usually set the limit for 10 cents under the ask, but it depends on the stock. They have asked Tom Cruise or Overwinter to get the fire off of them yet. Yippee, good morning, Auntie Jen. Laugh out, even Elon's fleeing California. Tesla is moving its headquarters to California to Texas. That's true. Oh, 23andMe, we hardly knew ye. What is it doing there? 758 down 17. Rocket Lab up 11 cents, up 13 to 15.59. We have turned green on Rocket Lab. That's what they do at the Motel 6. You know, they leave the light on, Bruce. Rocket Lab about to go green. It is green. 15.59. This is the high of the day now. We are up. We're up nicely on Rocket Lab. SoFi is about to go green, down 6 cents only. GameStop is still up a penny. Matterport is getting closer, down only 8 cents on Matterport. We're about to go green on that one. ME down 17. Smart Rent down 26. SPIRE still down 11 at 601, though. It's over 6 again. ATIP down only half a penny. That could go green at any momento. IBM up $1. $1 gain on IBM. Dow was up 55 points. Microsoft up 78. Apple up 17 cents. So we're going green here. 1578 on Rocket Lab, up 30 cents. Now 1586 on Rocket Lab, down 35. How many shorters got caught this morning shorting Rocket Lab, thinking the end was near? How many got caught? 1589 on Rocket Lab. Would that transfer into SPIRE? How many shorters are short on SPIRE that are about to get caught? 1592 on Rocket Lab now, up 46 cents. It's going straight up. And when does it transfer to SPIRE? That is what I'm waiting for. 1595 on Rocket Lab, up 46 cents. We're going through 16 on Rocket Lab at any moment. We're going to go through it. 1595 Rocket Lab, low of 1383, $2 ago is the low today. 16 on Rocket Lab, just hit it right there, nailed it. $16 on Rocket Lab, going higher. When does SPIRE get caught in a short squeeze? When will the buying come in on SPIRE to catch these guys red-handed, sitting on a ton of shorted stock? This is going to be an interesting one. You said it, I typed it, says Michael Nelson. Guess who was at Costco yesterday and picked up everything in sesame bagels? Been waiting for you to decide, so I know what I'm eating. I'm addicted to bagels with Uncle Bruce. Laughing out loud, says Nelson. Ferrigan, what's that smell? I think it's the smell of money. I'm glad you got in at $13.90. Rocket Lab, incredible. Ferrigan, a new toaster. Rocket Lab holding my portfolio up today. Good job, Duncan. Rocket Lab #1 heart attack stock of the day in this stream. Let's see. We are running 1583, 1590. That's all right. Looking good. The Dow up 52, S&P up 6, NASDAQ up 4.5, SPIRE 602. SPIRE, the sleeper. Is this thing going to go to $20? Is this thing going to get squeezed to $20? It could happen. It could. I'm not saying it will. But the ingredients are all there for a shot. The Rocket Lab touched the high of the day, $16. Just a few moments ago, we're at $15.70 right now. What a run we've had on the Rocket Lab. I think we're going higher. I just see it going higher than this. Volume now, 5.4 million on Rocket Lab. I just don't think that it's a guarantee that a stock's going to go down just because a company does a filing. I just don't buy it. I'm too old. I'm too old to believe in this crap. Nope, I'm not going for that. Nice to see Rocket Lab moving up. Rocket Lab is offsetting my losses here. Doubled down on SPIRE calls. Michael, if rolling for a net credit, how do you select a price between bid and ask? Woohoo, Rocket Lab. Can we go back to 20, please? Nelson Farragon, what's the green stuff on my screen? Auntie, I see I'm going to have to go home, have a talk with ME here. Michael Walters, when rolling, you're looking to pay less than you did when you bought the call. Usually you have to go up and strike price. Let me get my last 14 shares on Rocket Lab before $20. Warren, hope my Rocket Lab October 15 goes green. Mr. Seneca, Bruce, SPIRE goes to 20. I'll be able to pay off my student loans. I mean, all of them. That would be kind of cool. 602 on SPIRE has yet to make a move, but that one right there is screaming for a short squeeze. Absolutely screaming for a short squeeze. What can I say? We're at 1565 on Rocket Lab right now. Watching this market closely. We're up 18 cents a share, 20 cents a share. We're jumping around. I grabbed another handful of SPIRE February 22 $6 calls for $1.30. I gotta love a sale. It is a sale. It is a bargain. SPIRE 602 on a volume of 362,000 shares. The low of the day on SPIRE 588. Now at 602. A couple million shares of buying will take this thing out. This could begin the beginning of a beginning of a beginning. We'll see. 1555 on Rocket Lab. We're up 54 on the Dow, up 8 on S&P, up 9 on NASDAQ. SPIRE is definitely oversold. No volume on SPIRE, sadly, says Michael Nelson. ME needs a spanking. Octavio, please do. NTPC, go wake ME up, please. P.S. What is this red you all speak of? I changed that ugly color to purple to help my sanity. I think we just need ME to talk about their plans. I agree. Just speak. Just tell us what you have in mind. You got Richard Branson. Maybe he could speak. Something, anything. Just talk. Just talk, please. That'd be fine. 15 36 on Rocket Lab, now down 11 as we jump about like crazy. Bruce, why is SPIRE screaming for a short squeeze? Sorry if you already covered this. I keep getting pulled away. My work doesn't realize with bagel time. There you go. SoFi just touched green. We are going higher. SoFi 1638. We're just about there. Rocket Lab 1538 now only down 8 cents. GameStop up 48. Matterport down 14. ME down 14. Smart down 18. SPIRE 597 down 15 cents. SPIRE has been shorted dramatically, has been crushed from 14 a share to 6 in the last week. All done by a group of investors, probably through hedge funds of some kind. They are attacking this stock, trying to shake out all investors to give it up. They're trying to convince the street that SPIRE is no good. They're trying to convince the street that SPIRE doesn't deserve to be anywhere near $14 to $20 a share because they have free trading stock. This is bunk. This is pure garbage. These guys have written a bunch of call options that they're trying to expire worthless by holding it down until next week, Friday. The 15th of October, next week's option expiry date, that's what SPIRE is being crushed for next Friday. The question is, will the street stand idly by and allow these guys to manipulate this stock like this, or will the street gang up on these guys? Pick off this cheap stock, buy it up, and don't give it back to them. These guys are going to have to buy back millions of shares of SPIRE. They could be the buyers between 14 and 20 bucks a share to cover their butts, which would cost them just zillions of dollars. But the stock has got to get a following to make it happen. $5.99 is the stock price right now on SPIRE, and we'll see how this works. Rocket Lab this morning was also attacked. It's now $15.78. By the way, it's up 32 cents. It was attacked this morning all the way down to $13.83 after being in the $16.17 range yesterday. That didn't last long. And all of a sudden, a bunch of shorters this morning on Rocket realized they ran into a wall of buying, and the buying keeps coming. And now they're going to have to cover their shorts. It'll be interesting to see if they cover today or they try to ride this thing out. But it's $15.77, $15.74 on Rocket Lab. We're up about 30 cents. Our SPIRE October 6 puts a good deal. I think October 15 is a little too soon to be buying. Our SPIRE puts a good deal. Are you looking to write them? What are you looking to do here? Too soon if you're just looking to buy them. Uncle Bruce, you are correct on SPIRE, says Oscar. They want to buy back the options cheap. Options noob here. If they are successful in keeping SPIRE down October 15 at the 15, does the stock rise? I don't know. Sooner or later, these guys have to unwind their short position. They got to unwind it sooner or later. I'm saying if they are forced to do it now, the stock could go to 20. If they have their way and start doing it the week after next week, after the 15th, they might be able to play this game a little longer, but I don't know. I'm not so sure if the street's going to let them get away with it. We'll see here. AB, thank you for this donation. What do you think about the CEO higher-ups at SPIRE thinking they're doing about the shorting? They're just kind of don't care because they don't know they're in it for long. There's limited stuff they can do. They can't use any company money to support the stock. They can only use their own personal money. They may be under trading restrictions. They may also be under a blackout period where they can't speak. They might be locked up and told by their lawyers, you can't comment on this. You just have to keep quiet. So it's up to the street to figure it out itself. That could be a lot of what's happening here. I got 5 calls at a $7 strike, May 2022 for $1.35, just for fun. Right on the SPIRE. Is this SPIRE data in relation to the charts you were showing last week? This is fascinating information you have dug up. Yes, it is. Got me a shiny new February 750 SPIRE call for 85 cents. I'm scooping them up. I'm stealing them. $5.95 on the stock, down 17 cents on SPIRE. Absolutely ridiculous down here. Rocket Lab 1558 up 12 cents. We're jumping around now between 1530 and 1580. We are up on the day now after being as low as 1383 on your Rocket Lab. It doesn't deserve to be down here. Nelson, big buy day next week on SPIRE. Maybe Wednesday or Thursday. Street will wake up the stock, hopefully buy 1 million shares. Paper's way too cheap to stay here too long. We may find there's 10 million shares of buying coming in on SPIRE today and tomorrow, today and Monday. Over the weekend, a lot of talk could be taking place, and the stock could be $8.50 Monday morning, $9 Monday afternoon. By Tuesday, Wednesday, if the shares are hitting $10, $11, if that were to happen, these shorters would get their butts handed to them because these contracts will be worth way too much money. They'll be upside down on their contracts. All of a sudden, they're down on their stock. They're down on their contracts. They are going to panic like you cannot believe. They will have to cover up, and their brokers will buy them back in. Force buying. Watch out. There could be a squeeze. I'm just saying. I'm tempted to buy more SPIRE on margin, but I hate that interest rate, and I'm not sure how long I'd have to keep that. End of the month for sure. Yes, do not use margin. I don't recommend it. Yippee-ki-yay, holiday Monday. Oh, interesting. Markets closed. Now there's 4 days left. Oh, man, that could be even more dramatic. If Rocket Lab goes to 22, 25 next week, would you expect a pullback or maybe much of a pullback? I have no idea, AB, if the stock can even do that. I have no idea. That's one of those things we just have to watch at the time and see what, how it runs. At 1560 right now, up 14 cents. Adventures picked up SPIRE, 596. If SPIRE goes lower, I'll buy more and more and more. Double D, I'll be happy with a $15 SPIRE. Markets are open. Nelson, neat all weekend for SPIRE. Thanks, Uncle B. Glad my senses are correct on margins. Correct. 598 on SPIRE. 1568 on Rocket Lab. Rocket Lab up 22, SPIRE down 14, and waiting to see what's going to happen. SoFi is right at the break-even line, 1637 now, down only 3 cents on the day. GameStop up 95 cents. Matterport down only 7 cents now. ME down only 12. We're coming on. SmartRent still down 19. SPIRE down 16. 1564 on Rocket Lab, up 18 cents right now. We got a 19.9 point gain on the Dow. 6 points on S&P and 13.8 on NASDAQ. We're now up 21 on the Dow. Improving. Let's see. Fidelity mentioned the markets are open, but banks will be closed for Monday trading. So the markets are open. Banks are closed. All right. We're here. We'll be here on that. 1565 on Rocket Lab, up 17 cents. If the market is open, I'm on the air. Thank you, everybody, for being here. Are you having fun this morning? What a morning. Rocket Lab hit a low of $13.83 today, $1.70 lower than where it is right now. The world was coming to an end, apparently. The world was coming to an end on Rocket Lab. It was all over. Time to get out and run away. It didn't happen. It just didn't happen. The stock turned around, is now up on the day at 1550 now. The volume, 6 million. There's buying coming into this stock. There is serious buying coming into this Rocket Lab stock, even at these levels. Somebody knows something else. Yeah, I think so. SoFi still down 3 cents at 1637. We're on the very edge of breaking through into the green. Matterport down a dime. ME down 12. SPIRE at 591, down 21 cents right now. U.S. markets open on Monday? Question mark. Yep. Is ATIP halted? Question mark. 364 is the last trade. I don't know if there's a halt going on in ATIP or not. Does anyone be able to confirm that or not? Anyone know how to post it about SPIRE on Reddit? I have 12 karma, so it doesn't let me post. AB, I'm so tempted if Rocket Lab calls go up next week, or if Matterport does. Write calls on Matterport. My Rocket Lab calls use the proceeds to pick up more SPIRE shares directly. 3-4 times on SPIRE seems inevitable. AB, sell Rocket Lab calls. Odin, I think ATIP has low volume. I agree. 32,000 volume is all I'm showing. 364 last trade. I really don't know if it's halted or not. It doesn't appear to be. Rocket Lab still up 9 cents, 1554 right here. Nah, it's not halted. It's just slow, says baking. ATIP not halted, just nobody's trading right now. 30,000 volume. Oscar got Rocket Lab yesterday after hours. It's low at 1350. Wow, 1350. Nice pickup on that one. 1562 now, up 15 cents. We've only just begun here. It'll be interesting to see if this thing pops another couple of bucks and goes to 1760 today. Just totally defying the market and sentiment out there. That would be interesting. Yes, not halted. And if that happens to Rocket Lab, if Rocket Lab goes through 15, through 16, through 17, SPIRE's next. Watch out on SPIRE. There will be speculators going in there going, hey, this Rocket Lab did collapse. What's with the SPIRE? This is way too cheap. It's $10 too low. Pick this thing up. Bullish option flow detected in Rocket Lab with 16,794 calls, trading 4 times more expected and implied volume increasing over 2 points to 123%. October 21, 15 calls. October 21, 12.5 puts are the most active options. Interesting how Rocket Lab is getting that kind of attention. Up 25 cents now to 15.71 on your Rocket Lab, guys. Coyote Cheryl HD, certain subs have certain rules about posting. Try our stocks, our investing, our spec. I've been modeling. It's been modeling on, I said modding on Reddit for a decade now. Some subs are super picky. Nelson just moved, almost like it's listening. Michael Argus, Adjust International Business Machines PT 165, 155, maintains buy rating. IBM has been upgraded. Half a cent, solid. Karen Carpenter. For the love of all that is good, what the deuce is going on with SPIRE on sale at $5.95? What can I say? Let's keep talking about it, Bruce. Keep talking about it. That spike on Rocket Lab 1587 now. It went up $2 a share and kind of went down from there. Why do this? Are some people trying to plant seeds of a run coming, or not just random big buyer? I don't know. ATIP just gone green. ATIP up a half a penny. Woohoo! 1590 on Rocket Lab, getting ready for another run at 16 here. We're up 44 on Rocket Lab. Okay, thanks everybody, says Cheryl. Auntie, I don't know if you're a mod. Go to check him out. 1580, 1590 on Rocket Lab. Waiting for SoFi to go green. We're still down 11 cents. Matterport down 14. ME down 13. We got a negative 15-cent movement on SPIRE at $5.97. Still on mega bargain sale pricing. 15-point gain on the Dow, 6 on S&P, 21 on NASDAQ is where we're at right now. That is the dealio here, kids. What is going to happen? What is going to happen? I became a moderator for my local NBA team and baseball team back in college. I offered to write the CSS code for them. So subs like that, that's my code. Yippee-ki-yay, my bad. I own it. Market open Monday. Bonds are closed. So the markets are open. Giddy up. 1588 now on Rocket Lab. Coming on again. Up 39 cents. So volume on Rocket Lab now is for the day 6.58 million. Very good. 1586 up 40 cents. 1597 on Rocket Lab right now. Going for $16 again. The high of the day, $16. We're going for it. Another shot of momentum coming in on Rocket Lab. 1598. The high of the day, $16. Looks like it just went through it like a hot knife through butter. 1602.03 now on Rocket Lab. Up 56 cents. Going higher again. Catching short traders by their short and curlies. Anyone shorting this stuff is getting hit. The question is SPIRE. When will the street figure the same thing out on SPIRE? It is so oversold. At any moment, the thing could run. It's just a question of can they outdo the shorters on their bankroll? That's the question. 1604 on Rocket Lab, up 57 cents. The high of the day here, 1610 on Rocket Lab. Looking great today. Very interesting. Let's see. GameStop volume is so low, 150,000. Talk about boring. Bruce, I'm not complaining, but why is the market open Monday, but banks and bonds won't? What's the difference, policy? I don't know for sure. SPIRE at $5.95. Let's hold the stocks and get back at the hedge funds. 1609 high. We're now at 1590. SPIRE. Is it possible to write options on ATI? Probably yes. If everything goes well with Shiba, then I start with 150 stocks at first trade to buy options and hold that slow and lovely stock. Yeah, I think you can write options, but I don't know why you do it. AB, Warren Buffett says he follows a handful of stocks at a given time. It's just kind of similar to what we're doing here. When one goes up, write calls, invest, buy calls, the other one lower. Well, kind of, could be. Rocket Lab, volume 5.4. We're now at 1580 on Rocket Lab, high of 1610. This is a most interesting morning today. Michael saying 7 million adventures with Duncan. 7 million traded now on Rocket Lab. Watching it closely. Still watching for SoFi, still down 15 cents to 16.25. GameStop up 98. Matterport down 15. ME down 17. Smart Rent down 25. SPIRE 5.98 a share. ATIP up 2 cents. Sextera down 14. IBM holding 80-cent gain. The Dow up 562. NASDAQ is up 18. S&P up 6. And Microsoft up $1.29, Apple up 50 cents. Royal Caribbean up 79 cents to $89.58. Amazon up $16. Goldman Sachs up $1.57, Facebook up $3.29, and Google up $15. Those are our trades on some of the major positions here. We're at 1560 on Rocket Lab again, jumping 50 cents up and down, up and down, up and down. What a run here. SoFi 1624, Spire 597. Anyway, I remember there was something that at the beginning not everyone had options. Now we do. We are following the options market and we're making money writing contracts. Rocket Lab 1560, 64, jumping around everywhere. The Dow, the S&P, and the Nasdaq are all positive. Oil up 168, 79, $80 a barrel. $80 a barrel is the print on oil right now, up 171. There's your print. It doesn't mean that oil should go up 20 cents a gallon, but it might. But it doesn't mean that. Oh, looky what we have us here.
Nice and bacon greasy.
We got us a bacon and egg on a bagel.
A little bit of cheese in there.
Ooh, a little bit of cheese in there. Oh, baby. And we got the ketchup here in the bowl to dip it into. Oh, my. Jen, thank you so very, very much. This is exciting. I'm telling you. We're looking good. Let's see how this works out. Okay. Oh, baby. No, not really. Bagel time. Here in Palm Desert, California, it's bagel time. That's right, kids. You know what that means? That means the markets go up because when I start eating my bagel, markets go straight up. That's how it is. Isn't that how it works? That's what I thought. Let's see. I just grabbed a couple of these 85-cent February SPIRE calls. 18 SPIRE contracts, 700 CSM share, ready for the moon, baby. Let's go. Bagel. You mentioned being a little apprehensive about the newer SPACs. Is this due to the new SEC rules? Or do you think maybe waiting for the merger is the play now? Yeah, I'm waiting for the merger and the after merger. That's what I'm waiting for. Yeah, that's my thinking. Oh, man. Tasty. This Palm Desert, California, I kind of like it down there. Oh, yeah. Clap, ketchup, bagel. Good times. Bagel. That looks delicious. Holy moly, even a hater like me can admit that bagel looks darn good. It would be kind of funny if everyone's waiting for the moon with GameStop, but here at Uncle Bruce, we're going to go with Spire and Rocket Lab. Well, we can do well. We really can. We're at 1551 on Rocket Lab. SoFi down 14, GameStop up 73, Matterport down 21, ME down 17, SmartRent down 22, Spire 597. Let's go. Let's go, markets. Come on. Delightful. Thank you, Flavio. Jen, give Bruce some fruits and vegetables. Keep up his vitamins and immune system. We eat him nice and healthy. All the best from Italy. Thanks, Flavio. Oh, man. This is awesome stuff, man. This is such awesome stuff. Let's see what we can do. Come on, baby. Maybe we should have some bagel too to absorb the 3 cups of coffee I've already had. 6 Stairs is going to break my heart next Friday. 306, 1256 calling month most before the drop. Average 126 cost base is going to lose it all. Oh, man. Oscar, I only live 40 minutes away from Palm Springs. We have to meet Uncle Bruce in the meet and greets for sure. Yodi Purka no Pado does. I don't know what that means. Quick, you should see my ATIP calls from right after the merger. Bruce, I'd love a class on how you found and analyzed the options information on Spire. I love the technicals. There's stuff. CJ, don't worry about the gains outweigh the losses, and it's a learning experience. There you go. Go, markets, go. Let's go. And the good news, I'm able to chew this on both sides of my mouth. since the dental work. Oh man, thank goodness. I got my buy limit set, so now we just chill and wait and listen to bagel eating sounds. Nom, 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 nom. Oh my. Go, baby, go. Mm. Wow, so good. GameStop still holding a 70-cent gain. The Rocket Lab 1533, SoFi 1629, Matterport 1957, ME 760, Smart Rent 1252, Spire 601. Back over 6. Mm. 609 on Spire. Go. Mm. Oh, so tasty. So good. Cheers to all of you around the world. From Palm Desert, California. Oil 79.94. How about that? To all the oil producers, oil producing states, you're doing great. Don't know what's going to last, but you're doing great. Mm, mm, mm. Rocket Lab, up and down. 1522 right now. Down a quarter. 1525. High of 1610. Mm, mm, mm. Oh my goodness. Rodrigo, I absolutely love that you're covering the potential of a short squeeze on Spire. I've been watching this unfold for about a month. I didn't cash out my 12.5 November calls. I'm still holding. There you go. 607 on Spire. Mm. 468,000 traded on Spire. Mm. Uncle Bruce, one play I keep thinking about is if Spire squeezes to 12 to 20 in the next month, and then getting in on ATIP at these prices before it hits 8 to 10. Big jump to another big jump. Cheers, says Yippee-ki-yay. Quick Six says, SoFi Spire, my saving grace. Spire feeling like a bagel bump. CJ, yeah, I picked up some January 23s for cheap, thanks to Rob. Hopefully it covers then some. Also loaded up on 1,000 shares, laughing out loud. Cheers from Chicago. Thank you, Chicago. Love Chicago. You actually never want to have saving graces in the market. Best of luck, mate. Hope it works out in the end. That must be a good bagel. Hold them, never fold them. We like the stock. There you go. 1501 on Rocket Lab. Come on, Rocket Lab. SPIRE. It's green. 615. 620. SPIRE's moving. SPIRE's moving. 482,000 traded. We're at 620 a share. Go, SPIRE, go. We're up 8 cents on SPIRE. The SPIRE option chain just expanded to 2023, 2024. It's going to be around a while. 624 on SPIRE, up 12 cents. Go. Keep saying it, Uncle Bruce. Music to my ears. Nice. SPIRE, Happy Dance, 624. Up 12. We're moving. Oh my. That bagel was great. Does SPIRE have lockout shares? I thought it was mentioned yesterday. I'm not sure. I can't answer that one right now. Looks like Cheryl just posted on Reddit. Laughing out loud. I just saw that. AB. By the way, it's 17 to 20, not 12 to 20. SPIRE, $6.20 right now, up 8 cents. Volumes, 520,000. It's picking up. Awesome. I just finally bought some SPIRE 608 and it launched right after like 2 minutes. You're welcome. Right on. It's moving. It had moved a bit here. We're at 1505 on Rocket Lab. 1505, down 41 cents. The Dow's up 20. S&P up 5. NASDAQ up 7.5. Okay. Go, baby, go. SPIRE, 614 right now, up 2 cents. GameStop up $1.22. Matterport down 15, coming on. SoFi down 6 cents. It's coming on again. It's coming on. Come on, SoFi. Let's go. SPIRE, 613. Let's go, SPIRE. Nice. Rocket Lab, $14.95, down 52 cents. A little profit taking here from the big run. See how it wants to handle this. Stocks go up, stocks go down. You can't explain it. That's true. All righty. Holding a 16-point gain on the Dow right now. Now up 21 on the Dow. These markets are trying to find their direction here. Here we go. The high for SPIRE today, 624. Just a few moments ago. Right now, 613 on the stock. Thank you, everybody, for the 310 thumbs up. So I'm going to give some inspiration here to SPIRE. Get the SPIRE shares going. I'm going to get these SoFi shares going here. A couple more neat emojis. Get that going. We can't have these stocks just sitting around here doing nothing. They got to go higher. Absolutely got to go higher. Rocket Lab, time for it to turn it around. Here we go. Here we go, folks. The neat emojis are out. We're going higher. Oh, my. Mm. 1507 on Rocket Lab coming back on again. Right on, right on. 615 on SPIRE. Coming on. Let's go, SPIRE, baby. I love this casino. Clay says, I read that SPIRE had their pipe shares unlocked, released, and Rocket Lab had the same announcement this week. Do you think that release of shares will affect Rocket Lab? Psychologically, there's this thing, psychologically, but in reality, in practice, whatever the shares do, whatever releases there are, will make no difference to the companies as a whole. These guys, Rocket Lab and SPIRE, are in the space business. Hot, mega hot, unbelievable demand for their services. Rocket Lab has back orders going way back. They're cranking out a rocket every 20 days. They're all spoken for. Every rocket they're producing for the next 2 years has been pre-ordered already. I bet you the next 5 years production is sold out for Rocket Lab. They'll up their production capability to produce them quicker. Sold out. SPIRE will handle the information, all the data, up and down, and in between satellites. SPIRE is up to here in contracts, just behind. They're on such a growth curve, these guys, and they're dealing with government agencies along with private customers. So these guys have already passed the smell test for governments. They're so far ahead of anyone who wants to get into this business. If anyone wants to come in from the outside, you've got to go through so many layers of due diligence with government agencies to be able to even to talk to these people about helping them out. These shares are so oversold and are so potentially manipulated by the uninitiated. I would not bet against these guys. I just wouldn't do it. I don't think it's a good idea. AB says, I have $15 SPIRE calls for November that I got for like 60 cents. I have mentally written them off, but I realize I still might get surprised if the squeeze happens. That's true. The stock, as fast as it went down, can go just as quickly on the way up and beyond. There's no limit to how high they can go. They can only go to zero. They can go to the infinite height on the other side. I bought those a few months ago. Cheryl, our stocks mod removed my post, so I don't think anyone actually seen it. Let's see. Anyway, lots going on here, guys. Lots going on. Tons of opportunity here to see some serious upside. $14.99 on Rocket Lab. That's where we're at right now. We were down to $13.83. Got up to $16.10 today. What a run. Now 1501 on Rocket Lab. This can go much, much higher than this. We have SPIRE right now at 606, down 6 cents, jumping around like crazy. SPIRE today has had, I think, the low of 587, the high of 624. We just came off the 624 level just a moment ago, maybe 20 minutes ago. Wouldn't surprise me. We get another SPIRE so oversold, so completely controlled here by one group of investors. Hello, Jen. What's going on?
It's raining.
It's raining out?
It's raining.
Did you take a picture of it?
Well, I took a video.
Took a video of it raining out there?
Yeah.
Let me take a look. Can we show it?
I think so.
Is it airworthy to the world to show it's raining in Palm Desert?
Oh, and of course I always take them the wrong way because I'm old. So. Yeah, I'm slow. Just give me a second.
Rocket Lab 1506 right now. We're up 3 on the Dow, down 1 point on S&P, down 36 on NASDAQ. So we're jumping around.
There you go. You can push the button.
All right. Oh, look at that. It's wet.
It's wet outside. And it smells like rain.
Look at that. There's rain out there.
The
patio's wet. Oh my gosh. That's
drag the cactus.
That's so unusual for Palm Desert, California. You shouldn't see stuff like that down there. How about that?
Like you can't see the mountains.
No, they're hidden. Oh my God.
It's raining.
The grass is loving it. The trees are loving it. Unbelievable. Oh my gosh.
Isn't that wild?
What are you going to do? What's going to happen to this crazy world of ours? Dust free, though. Got to say, it's dust free outside. Don't worry, kids. The Tesla's safe and sound in the garage. It's dry, safe. It's fine. No problem for the Tesla whatsoever. Being well looked after right now. You got to love that. We've got 1501 on Rocket Lab. We have SPIRE at 608. We have the Dow down 12, S&P down 2, NASDAQ down 40. Little negative wave going through in the markets. Trying to figure what direction it's going. Oil, $80 a barrel right now. That's the deal. Sent you rain from Winnipeg. There you go. Thanks a lot, buddy. I just picked off I just picked up some $6 strike price call options on SPIRE for February at $1.30 a piece. Right on, rain for California. That's huge. It's a little dusting. We'll take it. Let's go. Those 11 $8 SPIRE calls for May. I set 90-day auto limit sell for them at 10. If I have a contract, squeeze happens, and I can't happen to be it in my phone. Is this a good thing to do? Too ambitious? Hey, man, just go with it. Nice view, Jen. Good thinking. It's an American car after all. Uncle Bruce, what is a good rate per day to rent a Tesla so I can test before I buy one? Oscar, the problem with that is if you want to just drive one for a couple of days, you're going to pay top dollar. If you're going to drive one for 30 days, you're going to get a 30-day rental discount. So I can't help you there. You're on your own, and you got to, I would just suggest using Turo and shop around and see what you can find. What's your best deal for a 1-week rental? What's your best deal for a 2-week rental, 30-day rental? See what's going on. You may find it's, a good deal. The other thing, of course, is you might find a Tesla for rent, but it might be a 4-year-old model, and you want the brand new one to understand what the new ones are like. So you're gonna have to pay a bit of a premium, but you know what? They're awful fun to drive. I'll tell you that. Oscar, cool. 1477 on Rocket Lab, down 69. 610 on SPIRE, down only 2 cents. SPIRE only down 2 cents, trying to come back on again. SoFi 1621 down 19 cents. GameStop up $1. Matterport down 30. 23andMe down 17. Smart Rent down 15. ATIP down a half a penny. Cyxtera down 14 cents. IBM up 92 cents. The Dow up 11 again. We're positive on the Dow. 21 points on the Dow positive, up 2 on S&P. So the markets are coming on again. Microsoft up 51 cents. Apple up 3. Tesla down $9. Try to figure out this market. Good luck. Royal Caribbean up 53 cents. Goldman Sachs up $1.25. Amazon up $4.60. Facebook up $3. Alphabet up $11. So the FANG stocks are positive for the most part. They're generally okay. It's everything else around there trying to figure out what's going on. Hard to say. Rocket Lab now 1475, down 71 cents. SoFi down 17, and GameStop up $1. It's option expiry day today, folks. So options expire tonight. You can write contracts that expire tonight or next Friday if you want, depending on the contract and the option you're playing, the stock you're playing, how volatile and how active the contracts are. But there are ways you can play this market. Write options if you wish that expire later today and see if you can scoop them up for very little or nothing at all. In some cases, you can write options that you write now and you buy back an hour and a half from now for a lot less money. There's all kinds of strategies here. Check the lessons out on my website, stockmarketswithbruce.ca. There are 10 lessons in there on how to write options, how it works, the psychology of it, and you'll learn a lot about the possibility of perhaps doing some of this for yourself, making every Friday a payday for you, every week a payday. Anyway, there it is. AB says, anytime I try to talk to people about the markets, they say it's manipulated, it's rigged. Well, I mean, by extension, so is being a consumer buying anything right? So why not invest? Those of you who are watching me full time, you're probably noticing that if you talk to relatives, friends, co-workers, casual people who hear that you're investing in the market, and they want to talk to you about it, you're going to find that 9 out of 10 people you talk to are going to think you're nuts. They're going to think you're out of your mind. They're just not going to. Some will verbally tell you you're crazy. Some will think it. But I can tell you, you might be wasting your time trying to convert anyone into doing what it is you do or believing in what you believe in. Because if they don't understand the intricacies of the markets, they don't understand the psychology of the markets, they're never going to get it. And I can tell you that these are the kind of folks that when they do make an investment, they are irrational investors. And irrational investors make you money. That's the bottom line right there, because you wait out the win. They don't. And that's just the way it is. We're up 32 on the Dow now. It's looking great. We're up 3 on S&P. We're down 18 on NASDAQ. Go figure this market. I'm not sure. People think I'm out of my mind anyway. British shilling. Look, if you accept that as part of the equation, you got nothing to worry about. It's all good. GameStop just went up $3, up $3.30 a share to 175. Is it time to write a 175 contract? Is it time to write a 180 contract that expires today? I don't know. What's going on with GameStop? I'm happy to see it going higher. Rocket Lab, 1476. SoFi, 1626, down 15 cents. Matterport down 35, Emmy down 15, Smart Rent down 15, Spire 607 down a nickel, just 1 nickel away from turning it around. What and when and how will it happen? Let's keep an eye on it. See what this market wants to bring us. Welcome one, welcome all to the show today, Stock Markets with Bruce, where we try to cover the markets in plain English. We've been watching the Senate, the Congress, and the President try to get through a debt ceiling thing. They're going to pass something good till December, kick the can down the road a couple of months. So what? I'm not sure what else is really going on there. I've learned not to talk about stocks until they ask. There you go. Dr. Walter, I'd love to roll into more SPIRE. The problem is I'm out of cash and I've got no winners to sell right now. There you go. Jason. Hello, everybody. Jason Laws. How you doing, man? Welcome to the show. Great to have you here, buddy. Thank you all for joining us. We're up 52 now on the Dow. We're up 5 on S&P. We're only down 9 on NASDAQ. We're coming on. This market is coming on again. It's climbing. Nice. Let's see if it can help our stocks and turn this market nicely higher. Rocket Lab 1473 down 73 cents. 1476 now down 70. And we have Matterport down 32. We have SoFi down only 14 cents. SPIRE down only a nickel at 607 share on your SPIRE. We're here to watch it, see what's going on. Oil back under 80, 79.83, up $1.53 a barrel right now. That is where oil is at. Watching the China thing, watching supply chain delivery problems, watching the markets having a tough time regarding the computer chips, auto manufacturers having trouble. Economies of the world operating at 75-80% capacity instead of 100. We got all kinds of issues we're following, and we're watching the markets for opportunities. And keep an eye on this Rocket Lab today. It's been an interesting story all day long here about how it was supposed to fall off the end of the earth. It was going to be all over. There's going to be millions of shares for sale. The stock's going to crater. Went down to 1383, and now it's 1477. It's already been to 1610. Didn't happen. Interesting, down 69 cents at the moment. SoFi 1626. Watching that stock as always very closely. We're down 14 cents there. We're up $2 on GameStop. We're down 32 cents on Matterport. 1945. We were tickling $20 last night in the aftermarket and in the pre-market. Have not hit $20 a share yet. If we break that level, it'll go through it aggressively, I'm sure. We'll watch that closely. ME at 760, down 16 cents. Smart Rent down a dime now. SPIRE down 1 nickel, 5 cents a share to 607. Still a bargain basement price on this stock. And I'm wondering if and when a short squeeze will break out on SPIRE. That is a multi-billion-dollar question. ATIP is off a half a penny. Cyxtera down a dime. AMC up 8 cents. Robinhood off 7 cents. Vanek Vector's up $1, down $1.15. Home Depot down $3. IBM up 85 cents. The Dow up 39 points. Microsoft up 81 cents. Apple up 13 cents. Tesla down $9 to 784. BlackBerry down 40. That's Bed Bath & Beyond down 40 cents. BlackBerry down a nickel. Royal Caribbean down 69 cents a share. We've got, or up 69 cents a share on Royal Caribbean. We got Norwegian up 7. We got Carnival down 6. Goldman Sachs up $2.21 a share. Amazon up $4. Facebook up $3.30. Google up $14. JP Morgan up 55 cents a share. Cisco up 3 cents a share. Watching these markets closely. American Airlines down 6 cents. Very, very tight to the vest. Not much movement overall on these on most of these markets right now. 1448 on Rocket Lab, down 98 cents on the day. All right, there it is, guys. SPIRE now 609 is up a little bit. We're down only 3 cents on the day. Is there a short squeeze coming on SPIRE? If so, how far will it run? Is 15 to 20 doable? Some say yes, it is. Let's see. AB says, the funniest thing I noticed too is people who are scared or loathe the markets. Oddly, they're very concerned about capital gains and income tax. They aren't even anywhere near the tax brackets where it matters. I know people they think they're billionaires and they don't want to run into tax problems. Billionaires want to run into tax problems. That tells them they're making a lot of money, and then they hire people to help them with that stuff. It's so simple. AB, the markets are rigged, and you better not invest, or my rich boss who does invest might lay us off if capital gains tax goes up 1%. I mean, come on. What happened to Matterport? It was moving great yesterday. Wasn't it just down 34 today to 1945, pushing $20 this morning? I'd like ME to announce something like, we're part of this drug program, and we'll be getting fat royalties, and here's a dividend. A boy from Bulgaria can dream, though. I hear you there, False. I'm with you 100%. 759 on ME, down 16 cents at the moment. A very frustrating market at this point. We're 1458 now in Rocket Lab, down 88 cents. SoFi down 19. GameStop still up 243. Matterport down 30 now. And SPIRE down 6 cents to 606. Okay, a lot of Bulgarians in this chat, though, huh? British, I work for accountants, and I've heard their clients complain when they're paying too much tax, like they made money, That's just it. Those Bulgarian boys and their dreams. Oh, yes, yes. Odin's Pumpkin, if you sell your stocks within a year, your taxes are according to your tax bracket like normal. So it really isn't a tax problem. That's right. That's right. Making money is never a tax problem. Making money is called making money. Making money is improving your lifestyle. Making money is being able to do what you like to do. I think it's fantastic. I don't know what the big problem is here. We've got the Dow now up 21, S&P up 3, NASDAQ down 11. We have Rocket Lab down 83 cents to 1463 as we're waiting to see how this market wants to play itself out. SPIRE 606 down 6 cents right now is where we're at. Bruce is coming to Sofia. It's confirmed. There you go. How about that? I had no idea. Cheers, all of you around the world who are watching me here today. Thank you for joining Jennifer and I. We're in Palm Desert, California right now. We're loving it here. It's absolutely fabulous. We love to have the fact that you're with us here. Those of you who are members of this channel, you are the backbone. We thank you so much We're watching these markets closely. The ebb, the flow, the highs, the lows, the good, the bad. Trying to make a dollar or two. 1460 on Rocket Lab. Cheryl Gody, let me post on Reddit. AB, if you sell stuff on eBay and it's above like $10 profit, you have to report it technically. All things you sold, that is, apparently. Cheers from Finnegan. Uncle Bruce, there's some Elizabethan, what is it? There's some Elizabeth Holmes thing that might have affected ME. There's some, there might. I don't know about that. I'm told that there's no connection there. I doubt it. Should we put in a buy order at 701 per share on ME? That's its lowest price. 701. You can always try. Wouldn't eBay provide a tax form for you to report to the IRS? I don't think so. I think you're on your own. There's, Canadians, if you sell your own stuff, you don't pay tax on selling your own stuff. Not that I don't know how this works in the United States. Every country's different. Every jurisdiction is different. Can't help you there. Oh boy, what do you do with a garage sale? If you have a garage sale, do you have to pay tax on a garage sale? I mean, technically, I guess. But in reality, I mean, really, I don't know. It is what it is. The folks at CNBC are talking about Tesla at 783, and they're talking about how the markets are doing. And we are up 17 on the Dow. We're up 1 on S&P. We're down 19 on NASDAQ. We're now 1458 on Rocket Lab, down 88 cents. SPIRE 606 down 6 cents. SoFi down 17 cents. This is where we're at here. A little lull in the action at the moment, and that's to be expected during market times. You get your fast opening, you get some action, then you calm down a bit, then you get your quick opening at the quick closing action. You never know. I'm going to be on again this afternoon at 3 o'clock today Eastern time for the last hour of trading. But I'm also on tonight at 7 o'clock Eastern time. Join me. That's right. Join me tonight, 7 o'clock Eastern time on this channel. If you like playing live trivia, we have a good time here. It's an unwind show. We kind of calm down and let the worries of the day go away. 7 o'clock Eastern. Hang out for about an hour or so. Play some live trivia. Have some fun. You're all welcome to join us. If you're a member of this channel, you are automatically invited to that exclusive telecast. If you're a member of TWB, Traveling with Bruce, my other channel, come on over and join us for trivia there as well. It's also a bit of a hangout show. You can ask me anything you want, what's going on, and we try to answer as best we can all the different questions you have about what we're doing. 1468 on Rocket Lab, down only 78 cents. We're coming on. 606 on SPIRE right now. I thought eBay doesn't report your earnings unless you make 20 grand or more. That could be it. Technically, says AB. Michael, you have to pay taxes on your taxes in the good old USA. Erica, Bruce, do you have any old friends from your broker days that you still discuss the markets with? Old friends from way back when. Oh my gosh. I mean, I had guys working for me when I was manager at age 26 that were in their 50s. They would now be in their 90s or 100s. So there's no communicado there. Let me think a minute. I did have brokers that were 10, 15 years older than I was. That would be now 76 to 81. Same thing. Many have moved on. Some are, no longer able to speak because they've lost their memory and so on. So no, I really don't. There's very few. I have one or two that are still I talk to, but they were younger employees. They were younger, and so yeah, time has a way of eliminating old pals and contacts from way back when. And I run through my mind. I pretend that I'm a camera operator in the office that I used to work at when I first started in the business, and I can pretend I'm a drone, a silent drone, and fly through the entire office and look at everybody, and I can still see everybody in the office. I can still visualize it all, and I already know there were guys who died within 5 to 10 years of when I was there. They were already gone, and then there are those who in the last few years have passed. I mean, it's just it's a change of the guard, isn't it? And then I think about the office I once managed, and I think about all those guys and girls, and there have been changes there too. Many. just are not around anymore. We've lost them in some cases, decades ago. It's amazing, isn't it? Erico, his wife Jen, our adventure Duncan. Michael, unless you're $1 trillion corporation, that is, I don't know what that means. Hi, Bruce. Just had a meeting with the board of ATIP, and they wanted me as the new CEO. Have to tell my friends first. Thank you for letting us know. Michael, smiling Swedishly at your comment. So just now, have you heard about taxes on your taxes and being taxed for that as well? Only if you're not too rich, but also has lovely words. There you go. 1463 down 83 cents on Rocket Lab. We're down 0.02 of a point on the Dow. Gone negative again, down 1 point on S&P, and NASDAQ down 26. That is the day in a nutshell. 606 is the last trade on SPIRE, down 6 cents a share. And we have Rocket Lab down to 76, 77 cents at 1467. So very quiet now at this moment in the market. Not a lot to report to you. It is the diehard minutes here. Thank you, everybody, for being with me today. Make sure to join me at 3 o'clock Eastern for the last hour of today's trading. We'll see how the markets want to do on this Friday. It's option expiry day. GameStop 174.80. Do you write 175s that expired this afternoon? Can you get any premiums on them? Is it worth your while to write any GameStop contracts that expire this afternoon for a 175 premium price? Is that even worth your while? That's a good question. I don't even know. October the 8th is the day's date. The 175 calls are 108 to 128. So you can haul in probably $1.20 on the stock if you try to scoop some premiums. Of course, if you want to write calls for next week, Friday, October 15th expiry, you want to write the 175s, you'll get 520 to 580 right now. And if you want to write the contracts that expire the week after that, those will generate an 810 to 930 for 2 weeks out. So you can see how from 810 to 930, 2 weeks out, to $1 to today in 2 weeks. That's how far they drop if the stock stays at 175, 174.80, where it is right now. To give you an idea of the shrinkage of value of these contracts, time value to shrink out, it is incredible. If you write a 180 contract for the end of the month, you'll bring in 635 to 735. These are expiring October 22. It's only 2 weeks from now. So you can bring in, that kind of money. 180 can bring you 635 to 735. Call the difference to 685 a share. At 180, that's out of the money. $6. Fascinating. 185's 520 to 575. You're probably bringing in about 550 for a contract. Almost $10 out of the money. Sorry. Yeah, 570, 550 for 185s. 2 weeks. They don't go above this price. They expire worthless. That's money in your pocket. Easy money in your pocket. Fascinating. Something fascinating. Anyway, there you go. There it is. 37-point gain on the Dow again. We're up now again. Up 1.8 on S&P. NASDAQ down 20. What an interesting day today. SPIRE 604 down 8 cents. GameStop 174.88 down 276. And Rocket Lab 1467 down 79 cents at the moment. There you go. What can I say? I don't think there's debtor's prison anymore. Who cares? Only the poor pay tax in America. I paid more in taxes than Jeff Bezos. What's the best when keeping an eye on the market while napping? I don't know. Max Payne on GameStop 175 today. AB, oh yeah, I had a super chat from way back, but I had to answer the phone and pause the show. If SPIRE got bought by, say, Boeing or someone like that, and you had a long SPIRE calls, what happens? Well, depending on the price, AB, if SPIRE got bought out at $25 a share, and you've got $15 call options, they're $10 in the money. Those shares will trade at $25 a share pretty quickly, and your contracts will trade at between $10 and $11. No matter what you paid for them, you're probably ahead on it. If you're sitting on SPIRE 750s, you're $17.50 in the money. You're doing just fine. Thank you very much. Thumbs ups for Bruce, guys. Thank you, Adventures of Duncan. We should have one more round of earnings before those January 2022 calls we bought earlier this year come and knock, and we can get a bump. Let's hope so. Dr. Walter, I was thinking the other day that if I'd written covered calls on GameStop just above maximum pain for the last 6 months, I'd have made a decent amount of cash. There you go, Michael. There's always a good time to start. Always some good IV before earnings. So I think so. Michael, might be a good time to unload loser calls if you think they ain't paying off till January. There you have it. Thank you for being here, watching these markets. SPIRE 605 down 7 cents at the moment. The Dow's up 42 points. ISP up 2. NASDAQ still down 17. Thank you for 346 thumbs ups, everybody, today. Appreciate these thumbs ups. I'm going to throw some neat emojis out there because of that. Thank you, everybody, for helping out with some thumbs ups today. Give the show some momentum with YouTube algorithms and have them recommend the show to other viewers. Absolutely fabulous. There we go. We're going to put those out there. Move these markets higher, please. Higher, please. Higher. Yeah, there you have it. That's what I think we should do. Again, thank you, everybody, for being here today, catching up with me. I do appreciate this. We'll be on at 3 o'clock this afternoon. If you want to learn all about how to write options, how to make money in the markets, even when they aren't going anywhere, check out my lessons on my website, stockmarkerswithbruce.ca. Check out the lessons and check there's 10 of them there. Find the one that pertains to you, or the 2 or the 3 or the 4, and check them out. And hopefully you'll be immediately writing options and making a pile of money in this market, because there's money to be made and it's waiting to be handed over to you. You might as well take it. The option players want to play, let them play with your stocks. It's all good. There you go. 47-point gain on the Dow, 3.3 on S&P, NASDAQ down 15. That's the deal right now. Woohoo! Have a great day, everybody. Cheers, guys. Take care, Bruce and all. Right, Michael Hunt, you got it. Folks, I'm going to shut her down right now, get in some nap time, get some rest in, and get ready for today's show at 3 o'clock. Catch up with you then, and I'll be ready for you at 7 o'clock tonight for trivia if you join me later tonight. I'd love to have you. In the meantime, you guys take care. Keep an eye on these markets for me. We'll keep an eye on them as well. Hopefully, they'll just go up, uppity up, and you'll just get richer. And it's as simple as that. You'll just get richer. My son and I watched lesson number 8 last night. I'm eager to get working on these spreads and maybe a poor man call. Cheers. Mediocre. Well done. Well done. Vernon Thumbs. Oops. Neat. See all this all later, everybody. We'll see you this afternoon. Exactly. Way to go. Watch those lessons together. Get together with a loved one or your companion and figure it out. Let's learn. Absolutely. And start taking advantage of these markets. There is money to be had here. You may as well be in on it. Don't let the billionaires make it. Take some yourself. All right, guys, we'll catch you at 3 this afternoon. Thank you for being here today. I really appreciate it. We'll see you real soon. Let's go with the stocks. Neat.